Welcome everybody to another rendition of Delete Laws. If everybody would please hit the like button. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for coming. This video right here. Now, I'm not going to ruin it for you completely, but at 17 minutes, we see how the policy of torture cuffing people actually murdered Demetrius Shanklings. It actually killed him. The policy that you have to be torture cuffed, because as soon as he had to be torture cuffed, they then shoved him in. Everybody do me a favor, put down in the comment section, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Put it in the comment section, everybody, right now, OTVO. Because at the 17-minute and 20-second mark, you hear the Terry policy happen. At 17 minutes and 20 seconds, you'll hear the Terry policy, the Terry versus Ohio police policy created by the Supreme Court in 1968. And guess what? That policy of Terry kills Demetrius Shanklings. And he was a good guy, man. There's going to be so many mistakes here that we're going to be showing here. Let's jump right into this, everybody. Welcome. Everybody hit the like button. It's that thumbs up button down there at the bottom. Hit that thumbs up button real quick. This channel, I'm going to promote this channel too about midway through. In the meanwhile, let's jump into this. Happy Saturday, everybody. This is going to be a tough one.
Colorado at about 2:30 a.m. on Sunday.
Holy smokes. Holy smokes. Have you guys been able to hear me? The sound has been out. Give me a 5x5 if you guys can hear me all right. The sound was out to begin with this. You guys didn't even hear me through the mic.
September 9th, 2018, a group of young men at the corner of 9th Street and Canyon Boulevard.
Check the date. September 9th, 2018. You see the date right there? These dirty pigs, we didn't get to see the body camera footage for 3 years. He didn't get justice for 5 years, and he still didn't get justice. He was murdered.
Catch the eye of police officers driving by. One of the men in particular appears to be very intoxicated and struggling to walk, and several of his friends appear to be assisting him. The officers stop and approach the young men. They will soon come to learn that the intoxicated young man in question is Demetrius Shankling.
Right. He's 23 years old. They're out drinking on his 23rd birthday. Why not just leave those kids alone? And don't leave your friend with the cops and think the cops are going to take care of him. You follow your friend. You film your friend. You stay on top of your friend. He gets murdered after his friends leave him.
Demetrius has just finished celebrating his 23rd birthday, and his friends are now escorting him back to his home.
Put him down.
If they had just left those kids alone and let them take their drunk friend home, if they had just left them alone.
It's his 23rd birthday. Yeah. I'll take him home. Well,
You are taking him home. You interfered, cop. You belong in prison.
Actually, you guys want to help us get him home. You guys have been struggling to get him up. So. Well, no, we were just fucking with him, but yeah, it's my fault. We're taking him home right now. I swear to God, it's my fault. Cool. Where's home? Home was actually streets down. We're really close to home. It's his 23rd birthday. We got him fucked up for sure. Yeah. So mostly our fault. Yeah, fair enough. You got your ID with you? Can you guys step back, please? Oh yeah, you're good.
Why do they need to
step? It's actually our fault. I understand that, but unfortunately at this point, he's having a struggle.
So he's having a struggle. If you had just left him alone, they were literally taking him home. Just leave people alone.
Close to our house. Is there any way we can help?
So you stop the boys. You know that they're drunk. You know that they're celebrating a 23rd birthday. You know that they're going home from here. They're not driving. They're walking down the grass. Why can't you leave them alone? Why can't you leave them alone? Why don't you leave these boys alone? Let those boys I'm saying boys, young men, 23-year-old young men, the guys we send off to wars. Let them alone. Leave them alone. but the cop can't do it. He can't let it go. He's got to be a law enforcer.
Where's his ID at?
I mean, you have your ID? No. Bullshit. I don't have it on. How do you not have your ID? Because he's wearing a bathing suit. You have your fucking ID. I'm in my bathing suit. He's literally.
Hey guys, just stand by over here.
I can give you my name.
What's your last name? How you spell?
Why are they doing any of this? Why? They don't need his help. They didn't call 911. There's Demetrius in all 23 of his years. Right there, good-looking young chap, 23 years old, 23rd birthday. Leave him alone. They're going home. He's been drinking. It's his 23rd birthday. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a drink on your birthday. Put a 2 in the chat if you put more than 1 drink on your birthday.
Spell that. L-I-N-G? Okay.
I promise you
Okay. What's your first name?
His name was Demetrius Shankling. Please put it in the comment section. Shankling. Demetrius Shankling.
What's that?
Demetrius.
How'd you spell that?
That's true. T-R-I-U-S.
That's how he did spell it. He's dead.
How do you not have your passport? Do you have a middle name? The donor. Because I don't have my passport on.
Exit.
Shut up.
Let me do the talking right now.
Alright, I'm gonna go find his passport. Yeah, look in that bush. Look in that bush.
Middle name?
R-O-Y.
What's your date of birth?
9/9/95.
So this is 9/9/2018. This body cam happened in 2018. Remember what I'm telling you. In 2018, Demetrius was murdered. It's 2023, and we're just watching the body cam footage. You think maybe we should have a third party that gets the body cam footage? Just maybe?
We're gonna eat my bugs.
Where's your ID from? Colorado? What state?
New York State.
New York?
Good. Push it.
He's been known to be an asshole, so like I understand. He's being a
That's not how we can call my lawyer.
Guys, it's enough. Let me talk to him. He's an adult.
Remember, they're trying to replace us with illegal immigrants. They're putting cops as illegal immigrants because the cops will just do as they're told. They're an illegal immigrant. They have to do what the United States government tells them to do.
Clear Maryland, New York.
Make no mistake about it. They want to replace cops and military.
Shut up. Give it like 5 minutes. Shut up. You don't have to keep.
Listen, don't listen to your friend. You know, you got that friend who tells you, no, it's okay. I'm with the cops. I'm going to be okay. Don't listen to him. He doesn't know. Demetrius shooed his friends away. And when he shooed his friends away, the cops murdered him. Negligently murdered him. You're going to see it. They murder him on camera. Slowly. They murder him. When your friends say, no, go ahead. The cops, I'm with the cops. It's all good. You tell him, absolutely not. I will be right here. I'm going to follow this van down to the police precinct, and then I'm going to find out where your bail is. I'll be waiting outside the jail. Let these jackboot thug pigs know you're going to be on camera from a third party. Because if the third party had filmed this, we would have gotten the footage in 2018. These dirty jackboot thug pigs hid the footage for 6 years.
Keep saying where you're going.
New York, last name Shankling. Sam, Henry, Adam, Nora, King, Lincoln, Ida, Nora, George.
Shut up.
First name Demetrius.
Not doing shit.
Hey, Edward, Tom, Robert, Ida, Union, Sam.
I'm sorry. I grabbed this passport because
Who cares?
Wow. Homie. Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
Get the fuck over here. I'll tell you.
I have his passport.
This is why I always tell you to give the cop card to your son, give the trifold to your daughter, teach them that cops are swine.
5'3".
I'm sorry.
Just go ahead and go over there with your friends.
Yeah, it's fine. I just remember that. She was too drunk and I
I'm
was
just trying to get home. That's all I'm trying to do.
So they're just trying to go home, and those guys seem to be walking and not driving. Why can't you just leave them alone and let them go home? This was an outright murder for no reason. Let them walk home. Why can't they just go home? Why does the cop have to get his name and his ID? They're above age. They're over 21. They're 23. Why can't they walk home?
He's fine. He's fine. You guys, just stop talking. He's short.
You don't have to stop talking. Pull your cameras out, step within proximity and film what's going on so they don't murder your friend. But instead, these ignorant young men didn't know the rules, that it's us versus them and they want to kill us.
Sorry, guys. 5'4". I remember I grabbed him. Stop talking. Stop talking.
There's the Kevin right there. There he is on the right side, just complying with whatever the pigs want.
5'4". I remember I grabbed him. Stop talking. Stop talking.
No, don't listen to anybody. You stand right there and you film.
Well, I had his passport, so obviously I'm going to talk. But getting close. Come on.
What a great personality Demetrius had. He's being forced to sit on the grass. He's drunk. He's 23. It's his birthday. He's not even complaining about it. Why isn't he saying, just let me walk home? He's such a nice kid. Was such a nice kid.
We still have the van. Yeah. 12-3.
I'm just fucking with you guys. Can I ask something?
What is the... Remember, this is what a police state is. When you've broken no laws and you're simply walking home and you're a little drunk, this is what a police state is. They stop you, take away the person whose birthday it is, put them on the ground. There's no investigation needs to be done here. Let the boys walk home. Let the young men walk home.
Not the problem. You guys have that's a big thing.
Their fatal mistake is coming up here. Wait for it.
You will give their shoes on there.
Hey, what's your address right now?
Currently?
Your address.
8720 shoot.
No, 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 no. You do not give a cop your information. You don't tell him your phone number, your address. You have broken no laws. You're simply walking home. If he's going to charge you with drunken in public, he's going to charge you. You don't give him any additional information at all whatsoever. You pull out the yellow and black card and you follow the 6 steps on it. You do not give the cop your address, ever.
Here in Boulder?
Nope. It's 945 Arapahoe. Well, he's from the Springs. Doesn't matter. 945 Arapahoe.
Demetrius tells officers that he's a resident of New York State, and his ID seems to corroborate this. It appears that he is currently staying with his grandmother in Boulder, and as this map attests, the residence is 0.2 miles away, a walking distance of 5 minutes. But regardless, the officers seem to have already made up their minds.
0.2 miles away. Why does he have to be arrested when he's done nothing wrong? It's legal to drink alcohol on his 23rd birthday. Why does he need to be arrested? Why? Tell me why. Someone answer in the comments. Why does Demetrius need to be arrested when he's less than a quarter mile from his home and they're walking to his house? Why do the cops need to be involved?
You guys actually the fuck right now. Like I said, we were trying to take him out. I'm literally going home. I'll give you all the information you need. I'm going home. We weren't trying to cause a scene whatsoever. You know, Officer Quintero?
So he's right. Why can't you leave me alone? Why can't you let me walk home? Nobody called on them. The cops just pulled over because they were carrying a guy and he was drunk. Let them go home or give him a ride.
Nice guy. We've known for years.
Seem like good young men to me.
It's up to you.
Hey, what's your phone number?
Phone number?
No, no, no. Do not allow the pigs to data collect you. Do not give them your phone number. Do not give them your email address. Do not give them your mailing address. Do not give them any information at all. You plead the 5th Amendment. It's on the 5th Amendment cop card. Cop cited. Number 1, start filming. Number 2, cop approaches, states alleged infraction. This is the driver card. You don't give ID without probable cause. You don't give ID unless they have probable cause. They don't.
I'm gonna call my grandma.
I need a phone number for you.
Just give me your 719 499.
Just give it to him.
1597.
You can call that number, but it's disconnected because Demetrius is dead.
Call my grandma.
So do you see this? We went from this guys walking home with their buddy on his birthday to the cops killing him and hiding the body camera for 6 years.
Do you need my shoes? His name is Officer Sean or SH something. No. Having a great night. You know Officer Quintero?
Dude, just put your fucking shoes on. Let's fucking go.
Shitty.
Of course.
Just put your shoes on and let's go. I agree. Just let him go.
I know you're just fucking sitting there.
Copy.
Just put your fucking shoes on. Let's go.
Can I ask you a question?
It literally works like
hey
that.
guys,
Oh, yeah.
I
I
asked
asked
you
you
to
to
just
just
be
be
quiet.
Just be
Just
quiet.
sitting here.
There's the Kevin. There's the Kevin, the same little bitch saying they asked you to be quiet, so be quiet. No, screw the cops. Screw them. Tell them you're taking your friend home. Make it a real fight. Make it a real battle. Make them have a reason to kidnap your friend from the streets. Don't just give up your friend so easily and walk away before he's in custody. And that's what they do.
I'm sorry, I'm getting frustrated.
And I'm just trying to go home, guys.
Just be fucking quiet.
No, just don't shoot him. You guys are good guys. I understand.
342. Can you have the transport van? Respond.
And here's another one of the policies and procedures. They bring a transport van and he has to be torture cuffed. He has to be torture cuffed and he has to go into a transport van where they pay another guy to drive around a cage, to drive around a physical cage for human beings. And that's what they have to feed. They have to arrest him because they have to feed the beast. The guy driving the van has to make money.
Transport van, you're really gonna put me in touch.
They're going to put him in a intoxicated van. It's such a load of shit. There's no reason for it at all. He was simply walking home. But the police departments are capitalists. They're making money from arresting us.
Really?
You guys can get going.
You know what? I would tell him to go fuck himself. You guys can get going. You can eat my shorts, pig. I'll be standing right here filming my friend. You're arresting him for no reason.
Look, here's the deal. He's gonna go to detox, and he'll come home later.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't come home later.
Look, here's the deal. He's gonna go to detox, and he'll come home later.
There it is, folks. You just heard it. You just heard the lie. He's not coming home later if you leave your friend. He ain't coming home later if you leave him. You leave your friend with the pigs, they die. They die. You leave your friends with pigs with no accountability. Your friend could die. Are you getting what I'm putting down, Brown? Are you hearing what I'm saying to you? You film those jackboot thug pigs all the way to the very end. You follow that van. You stay on them with your camera. I got a video came out today about the Hawthorne effect. You film the pigs at all times. Look at these kids standing around with their friends sitting on the ground. They're berating him and they're not filming. Why? You leave your friends with the pigs, your friends could die.
Not right now, otherwise it's gonna be worse.
That's what we're doing in the first place. Like, we're just taking
Okay.
them out, I know.
There it is. There's the kids. They're just taking them home. Here's the kids.
Get going.
He tells them
Look,
to get
here's
going.
the deal. He's gonna go to detox.
Here's the deal, guys. Put that in the comment section. Here's the deal. As soon as they say here's the deal, you're being told what your life is worth. Nothing.
He'll come home later.
No, he won't. He won't.
Not right now, otherwise it's gonna be worse.
No, otherwise it's going to be worse. What's worse than you murdering my friend on his 23rd birthday? What's worse that I left him there? These three guys right here, I hope they walk through the rest of their life with guilt and shame. They left their friend behind with demons.
Okay. The token is over, guys. That's what it is. He'll call you all in the morning.
So the guy in the white's still fighting just to take his friend home. The guy in the white. The guy on the right is the Kevin. And the guy on the left is the one trying to mediate between the two of them.
You guys can pick him up.
Oh, come on.
So,
Can we avoid this? Like,
what's your name, man? What's your name?
Kelly, stop talking, dude.
And then here's this Kevin over here on the right. Tell the Kevin to shut his mouth. Shut your mouth, Kevin.
Let's get out of here.
Right. So I'm not going to shake your hand. I'm just going to explain something to you, okay? All right. So in the state
No camera in his hand. No camera in his hand. Don't let your Kevin, your job is to turn your Karen or Kevin friend. Your job is to turn him. That's your job. To turn this dumb shit.
Right. So I'm not going to shake your hand. I'm just going to explain something to you, okay? All right. So in the state of Colorado, when we...
Oh, I forgot to tell you guys, qualified immunity is abolished from Colorado. How's that going? Has anything changed? They abolished qualified immunity. Has anything changed? Nothing. This is a Terry stop. Reasonable articulable suspicion. He's reasonably suspicious that guy is drunk. This is a Terry stop. How'd this happen? Terry versus Ohio. There's no qualified immunity in Colorado. Did it change what happened? Is Demetrius dead? Yes, he is. Abolishing qualified immunity changed what? Nothing. It changed nothing. It changed literally nothing.
encounter somebody who's this intoxicated.
Oh, so you need to save the day with your murder gloves on? You could have just left the guy alone.
I know he's intoxicated for sure.
It's a liability issue. We can't let him go. Even.
Oh, bullshit. A liability issue? You have no duty to protect us at all, to save us. You have no duty to help us. Nothing. Don't lie, pig.
With friends. Okay. Because what were to happen? What were to happen is if he were to go home with you guys and say he were to throw up and die tonight.
Oh, you mean if you pigs were to murder him, you'd be charged with manslaughter, and you're going to kill these guys' friend who's in town visiting from New York at his grandma's house, went down to have his 23rd birthday down in Colorado from New York with his friends, getting out of the city so he can enjoy the high altitude.
It doesn't matter what we say.
What would happen is
so look at Kevin. Look at Kevin on the right trying to screw it up.
To throw up and die tonight.
It doesn't matter what we say.
What would happen is like his parents or whoever, they can see that we
I hope this kid on the right, I hope you deal with PTSD. I hope you consider the worst. I hope you think about it every day that you contributed to the murder of your friend, this kid on the right. I hope this really burns, kid, because you did. You helped kill your friend. You're the one who drugged the friends away and didn't keep supervision on pigs.
He had police contact.
No, he didn't have police contact. You pulled over and harassed these guys who were walking home and they were a quarter of a mile away from the house.
And then they could turn around and say, okay, well, why didn't you guys do anything?
No. Involving with you is dangerous and murderous. Leaving us alone is safer for us.
To make sure that he was safe. Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you say. When the cops come up to you and say, hey, look, we need to do this. And you tell the cop, actually, it's a lot more dangerous if we're involved with you at any level. If you leave us alone, it's 100% chance we get home. We're only 0.2 miles away. If we continue to involve with you, one of us or all of us could die or end up with assault, battery, and charges against us. You guys could say that we assaulted the cops.
He's going to a medical facility. He's going to detox.
No, he's not. No, he's not. You're going to kill him.
Why didn't you make sure that he was safe? Yeah. He's going to a medical facility.
He's so full of shit. His job is to arrest people. They had to call the paddy wagon because the guy who drives the paddy wagon, he's got to get paid too. It's a great big system of money. They need to arrest people every day to feed the system. Your body is soylent green. They don't care about you.
So he's going to detox.
So don't let him say he's going to detox. We're helping him out. No. You're feeding the beast. You're feeding the prison industrial complex.
No ifs, ands, or buts.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You're feeding the beast. There's no reason to arrest this guy. You're doing it for money.
No one's going to get him out of it.
No one's going to get him out of it. That's what I'm talking about. There's no third party that can come in and say, leave this guy alone.
So I would strongly suggest that you guys walk home
There's
now.
nothing we can do right
Let's
at this
go.
point.
No.
Let's
Wow. I hope this guy goes through PTSD every day for the piece of shit job he did.
Go.
No.
Let's go.
No.
Look at him. I hope that you go through PTSD, bro. I really hope you consider unaliving yourself every day for what you did.
All right.
You piece of shit.
It doesn't matter what we say. Let's go.
You piece of shit. You piece of shit, Kevin.
It doesn't
I'll give-
matter.
Yeah. Seriously, thank you so
Let's go.
much.
Physically fighting his friend. You piece of shit. To not protect their friend who's being kidnapped. You weak bitch.
We're done.
You can call you in the morning. You guys can pick him up.
I understand. I'm sitting here.
So you're not gonna sit there.
You gotta go.
You're gonna go.
Get the
How
fuck
about
up.
you
We're going.
Okay, so all I was gonna say,
Get the
I was
fuck
being
up.
very
Marcus,
relaxed. I
go.
was the most relaxed here.
Yeah.
Asshole, asshole. Dogs. You're gonna be hostile.
They're trying to run them off so they can't film the murder that's about to happen. See Demetrius right there, 23 years old? They're about to kill him. As soon as the friends leave.
No one's being hostile, man. I mean,
No
fair
one's being
enough.
hostile.
What I was gonna say was, 75 for a night in the drunk tank is very
Marcus, go
unrealistic
home.
for a kid's 23rd birthday.
I kid
So,
you not. We're
go
about
home.
2 blocks from my house.
So these two guys are already fighting the cops, and look at their friend who just went away. He's not creating a united front. These two are fighting for their cops to fighting the cops to get Demetrius's freedom. And Kevin over there, he's going to just do what the cops want. He's just going to do what the cops want. Just listen to the cops. They're here to help. They're just going to take him to the drunk tank. No, they murder him, Kevin.
I live on 1913, and I was about to call
I
an
will
Uber.
bring him back to my house. I'm about 2
Go.
blocks from my house right
And
now.
I get that you just said,
So this isn't happening.
what we say.
And there's Kevin.
Go.
Doesn't matter.
And
what.
there's Demetrius. He just wants to get it over with. Don't listen to stupid people who are uneducated about what these monsters are.
Let's
Oh,
go.
what I said now.
Let's
Fair.
go. Go. Go the fuck home.
Don't listen to your drunk friend who doesn't know you're leaving him with demons. Step 10 feet back and start recording and just sit there. If he's going to arrest you for public intoxication, then do it. Don't budge an inch. You have a right to film them. Film them.
Dickhead and Dickhead Junior deal with it.
Let Dickhead and Dickhead Jr. deal with it. He was talking about the pigs.
You guys shit. I'm not trying to.
He'll call you in the morning.
I'm not
No, he won't. You murder him right now, bro.
trying to intrude on your investigation.
Okay.
Don't be respectful to these pigs.
I heard you say that earlier.
It doesn't matter
Go home. Go home.
They have to take it.
Marcus.
No, they don't. Bullshit. 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 They don't just get to take your family member or your friend off the street. When do we create a team where we say, you're not taking our people? You're not taking our people off the street. When does that happen? Every single block in America needs to have a China prepared readiness central block system. Every block in America, the block you live on, you should have an emergency China response group created in case the Chinese decide to parachute in. Get everybody on your block together, and what you do if the invading Chinese force come in and try to take your people. How are you guys going to stand strong? We need to create a block by block system to make sure that the Chinese don't come in and kidnap our people, and we say, we're not letting you take our people. That's where we're going to have to get. We're going to have to get to a place where we have constitutional cities where we kick out people who call themselves law enforcers. It's going to come. The day is coming.
Go home. Go home. $375 for a night when I can call him an Uber home. Go home. Marcus.
He's still trying to save his friend's life.
Marcus, go. They're doing their job.
And his friend, now there's Kevin. They're doing their job, says Kevin.
Go home. Marcus, you guys are kind of being. Marcus, go. They're doing their job.
Man, do you hear it? Put a 1 in the chat if it makes you sick to your stomach. Put a 1 in the chat if it makes you sick to your stomach. See, and they didn't have any sort of literature. They didn't have anything. Number 2 on your Fifth Amendment cop card says, cop approaches and says any words to you at all. While filming, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment's unequivocal. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. It's right there. It's a card, just like your credit card, your driver's license. They're cheap. I sell them for $10. You only pull the yellow and black card out when there is a pig standing in front of you. Number 4, cop says he wants to see your ID. He says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. I plead the 5th Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No IDs required. Hibble versus Nevada with reasonable articulable suspicion. Citizen must state how they ID. Do not give ID without probable cause. If they only had the literature in their pocket, in their wallet, it goes right next to your driver's license. It's made just like a hotel key, credit card. You only pull it out when the cops are in front of you. They didn't have it, and they didn't know their rights. That's it right there, guys. Demetrius' fate is now sealed. Now the cops have him alone. Those evil demon pigs will murder him.
Sorry, I'm being honest. Like, I hope you guys fucking go.
Hey.
So,
Look at Kevin over there, still fighting with him. Don't bow down to Kevin or Karen. Tell Kevin or Karen to shut your mouth, and if they continue, your relationship's going to be damaged. If you continue to fight me with the police, our relationship ends tonight.
Oh, you.
Did you hear what I said? Did you hear? Let me make it perfectly clear. When you have a Karen or Kevin on the scene who's one of your friends or family members, you look at the Karen or Kevin and you say, if you continue to make me fight you while I'm fighting these dirty jackboot thug pigs, our relationship tomorrow will be over. Don't you dare allow our friend to be drug off by demons. Don't you dare. Back the fuck up, or you and I aren't friends tomorrow. Back up! Back the fuck up! And if you don't back up, we're going to have a physical problem. Get away from here. Get away from backing up the pigs. Get the fuck away from here.
So, oh, you stop. I'm going to tell you, you need to cross the street now while you have the cross sign. If you don't, you're going to go to detox as well.
Then I'm going to detox because I'm going to stand here and film you. And then that footage will come out later and you'll get this pig fired.
Because obviously you can't follow directions.
I don't have to follow unlawful directions. Called him homie. He's about to murder your friend.
Real big boy saying that walking away.
I'm an asshole.
Yeah,
Oh, real big boy saying that walking away?
Real big boy saying that walking away.
Let me tell you something, bud. Let me tell you something, pig. 23-year-old kid could whip your ass. That 23-year-old kid would beat the dog piss out of your fat, lazy ass, out of your fat, lazy, donut-eating ass. He could kill you, dude. He could kill you. That 23-year-old boy could whoop your ass. Not the kid you're about to murder. You kill him. You see how serious it is? Do you see how real it is? You don't leave your friends in the custody of demons. You don't walk away with your friend in the custody of demons. Do you get it? Put a 1 in the chat if you understand what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
I'm an asshole.
Yeah, they went home. You
Tell
called
him
them. You
to stop.
called them in the
Tell
morning.
him to fucking stop.
Yeah, right there.
Tell him to stop.
Hey, man! Just so you know, your light is still on your phone.
So he's talking shit to the guys as they walk away. The cop, you're real tough with your badge, pansy ass.
Your light is still on your phone in your back pocket.
You just told him to go
Tell
home.
him to fucking stop.
So Demetrius is he's making sense. Tell the pig who's harassing my friends to stop harassing them. I asked them to leave so you could arrest me, so you could feed the money machine of the prison industrial complex, so you could get your money. I asked them to leave. So ask your asshole pig to stop, but he won't.
God, you said fucking.
What's your name, man?
I'm Giva. It's nice to fucking. I'm here to take care of my fucking. Sorry.
What's your first name, man? Demetrius. All right, man.
I'm sorry. As
Hey.
much as I yell, you gotta
So
stop.
it's all right, man.
I'm sorry. I know.
As you
eat
can
shit.
imagine,
I know you guys eat shit. I'm a violent.
As you can imagine,
I know.
like
fuck
we deal with.
I know you guys eat shit. Let me tell you something, Demetrius. They can eat shit and die, as far as I'm concerned. They're about to kill him. They're about to kill this jovial, lovely, good young man. They're about to kill him. You know they eat shit, Demetrius. Demetrius said, I know you guys eat shit. Here's the reason why they eat shit. Here's the reason why, Demetrius. Your life and the hiding of the body cam for 6 years. That's why they eat shit, Demetrius. That's why cops are pigs. That's why they're pigs, Demetrius.
Put this on a regular basis, right?
No, this ain't my first fucking rodeo. But this is bullshit. When I tell them to fucking stop and they sit there and run their fucking mouth, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
So do you understand?
I know. Dude, I'm sorry that they're running their mouths.
It's all right.
I'm sorry.
Why are you sorry they're running their mouths? Expressive disorder in a free society is paramount to having liberty.
I am sorry.
What are you sorry about? You've done nothing but walk home. You didn't drive home. You didn't hurt anybody. You were just walking home, dude. You don't need to say you're sorry.
I live right there.
Yeah, he lives right there. The cops could have let him walk home, but instead they kill him.
They're sitting here running their mouths. I am sorry. I know you got a defense.
So do you want to put your shoes back on, man?
I
Because
would love to just go home.
so we can't do that.
Why can't he do that? Why can't he just go home? I'm so confused why he can't just go home. Because you drank some alcohol, now you have to go to a dungeon? How does that make sense? If you can sell alcohol in a store and you can buy it in a bar, then why do you go to jail for having alcohol in your system if you're on the grass?
You guys do your own thing. Press charges. Do whatever you
We're
want.
not pressing charges. You're not in any trouble.
Then let him go home then. You got him on the ground, treat him like he's a criminal when there's real crime going on in that city tonight. There's actual robberies and kidnappings and armed robberies going on in that city tonight. And you're spending your time with someone on their birthday.
You do have to go to detox.
Why does he have to go to detox? Why couldn't he just go home? Because you got to feed the prison industrial complex.
So we can't.
So,
Our
can I
hands
tell
are
you,
tied.
Oh, bullshit. Your hands are not tied. You pulled over to harass this guy and you're doing exactly that.
I've been in detox a handful of times.
Okay.
I know what it is.
All right.
I've been there.
Well, I appreciate you being cooperative with us, man. So
But you haven't appreciated it. You've been a total asshole. What are you talking about? You've been a dick since the beginning.
it's not that huge a deal. Like
But
we
it
don't.
is-
But we don't.
No. Hold on a second. Let me go back and listen to this.
It's not that huge a deal.
No, it is a huge deal. It's a gigantic deal. I don't know how you jackboot thug pigs don't get it. Kidnapping me from the street, taking my phone, putting me in torture cuffs, then transporting me to a dungeon, booking me through a dungeon, charging me with crimes. It's a huge deal. It's gigantic. It's the biggest deal in my life this week, this month, maybe this year. It's a huge deal. Oh, our hands are tied. You could just leave me alone. You could just leave me the fuck alone. You could just do that. And then I wouldn't be kidnapped. I wouldn't be charged with crimes. I wouldn't have to pay. I wouldn't have to go sleep in a dungeon. You could just leave me the fuck alone. You could. But no, it's about money. They got to feed the beast. The guy driving the paddy wagon, he's got to get paid. The guys down at the jail, they got to get paid. They need to arrest you. So what's the goal of these cops? The goal of the cops is to arrest you, kidnap you, take you to a dungeon, and steal your money. And there's 3 levels of stealing: your car, your body, and then the charges.
Like
But
we
it
don't.
is-
But we don't.
between you and I and detox.
So we don't have a choice.
For me,
What a lie.
detox, when you put me 6 miles up the street, that's the difference between detox and I literally live right there.
So he's saying, the detox is 6 miles away. My house is a quarter mile away. Take me home.
So
So do me a favor. I'm sorry. They're being assholes. I talked them out of them being assholes. I did. I had your back.
I mean,
I did.
that's not
have your back.
necessarily true.
I
You
had
said
your
let
back.
Dickhead 1 and Dickhead 2 do their thing.
Dickhead 1 and Dickhead 2.
No, you
did
pointed
do
at
their
us,
thing.
man. So
Oh my
Demetrius,
God.
we don't have a choice here, man.
All right, fine.
So, but I'm asking, would you like to put your shoes on? Because I don't
Or
want.
what? Are you gonna arrest me?
No, we just don't want you to get a cold or something.
No, you're putting the shoes on so they can arrest you, bro. He's having you put your shoes on so he can arrest you.
Can I just go home? I literally live right there.
You cannot go home.
So what? You're gonna arrest me? Then arrest me.
No, we're gonna take you to detox.
That's arresting him. You're kidnapping him. And there's no reason. He could walk home by himself from right there.
I was interested.
Go ahead and put your shoes on.
No, call cops.
There's your illegal immigrants being cops. They'll do whatever they're told so they can get their citizenship. It doesn't matter if they walk over you or ruin you. This illegal immigrant as a pig has got to change in every city council meeting across America. You don't want illegal immigrants as pigs in your town. They'll toe the government line so they get their citizenship, including killing you along the way.
We are the cops.
No, you're the bad guys. You're the bad guys. You are the bad guys.
Call detox.
They're coming to pick you up.
They're coming to pick you up, the paddy wagon truck driver, so he has a job so he can make money. There's no reason to arrest this 23-year-old guy.
All I know is I had your back.
Okay.
They're assholes. I get that. I'm sorry. We're right here. Like, I don't even live here. I live in Colorado Springs.
Okay.
I'm going to bed. What? You can even walk me there. We're not going to walk you there. We can't. That's fine. Then call the cops.
No, they're right here. You want to start on the paperwork? Yeah.
Start on the paperwork to arrest him for no reason. There's no reason to arrest him. He wasn't doing anything wrong. He was just walking home. Remember that. Start the paperwork so that we can make money off of the middle-class Americans.
Demetrius continues to argue he'd be allowed to return home. He is likely unaware that the Boulder PD have already called in 2 sheriff's deputies to assist in transporting Demetrius to a detox facility.
It's not a detox facility. It's a dungeon. It's a dungeon, and you better know the difference. You better know how to deal with these cops. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a 5th Amendment cop card. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a 5th Amendment cop card or you have a trifold in your car. You've got to follow an exact script just like they're doing when you deal with cops. There's a 1 through 6 script on this. 1, cope doggy dog. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a 5th Amendment cop card in your wallet. If you have a trifold in your visor. You've got to follow the step-by-step procedures that I teach. If you don't, and you ever give an inch, they'll kill your friend or they'll kill you. I wish this was fake. I wish this was all made up nonsense. If you don't follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols for yourself, where you're doing it just like this, step by step, by the numbers, and they tell you to leave and stop filming, and you say, number 2, number 1, my right to film police is upheld by the 2017 case of Turner versus Driver. I'm going to be filming this interaction. Well, we're going to arrest you for drunken in public. Then do it. Then do it. Because I'm going to film this interaction. I invoke my First Amendment right to be the press. If you don't do it, imagine how this Kevin best friend feels of Demetrius. Imagine how he feels today.
Really? You're going to do this?
Do what? We've told you everything that we're going to do.
But you forgot to tell him that you're going to murder him.
Really going to put me all the way up there?
Yes.
I'm right here.
Yeah, they're really going to do it for money, bro. It's a money thing. It's about money.
I understand.
Your body to them is worth money. People's salaries and their retirement get paid by arresting you for no reason.
Know where you are.
So, what can I do right here?
If
That's
you'd like, you can put your stuff
I mean,
there.
look how rude he is, putting a high-powered mag light in the guy's face as he's on the ground. What a shitty way these cops treat us. It's called despotism.
Your shoes back on.
Stop with the light. Stop with the light. Put the shoes back on.
Yeah, stop with the light in my eyes. There's no reason for it. It's just ridiculous how these pigs are allowed to treat us. I'm going to change it when I'm governor. I guarantee it.
Do you want to put your shoes on or not?
Yes, turn the light off, dude.
That's not how this works.
Yeah, it is how it works. Oh, dude, I would like to beat the shit out of this pig. Why does the light need to be in his face like that? Why? There's no reason for that. They got his ID. They know who he is. They know where he lives. They've said their addresses on body cam. They could track this guy down. They don't need to treat him like this. What a douchebag cop. What a douchebag. These guys are the big. If you sign up to be a cop, you are a total and complete douchebag. If you sign up to be a pig, your grandchildren will deny that you were a member of their family after you're dead. They'll say, oh, wasn't your dad the so-and-so? And no, that wasn't related to us. That's a different Johnson. That's a different Kelly. That's a different Marcus. That's a different Brutus. That's a different family altogether. That's not the DeCastro family. That's not the Phillips family. He's not related to us. Your kids will deny that you're a part of their family, as they should. As they should. If you sign up to be a pig, you're the lowest rung. You're the lowest rung of society. You have no other skills. You can't do anything else. You're a loser. Truly. I mean, there's no other way to see it.
Shoes to take off.
Whose shoes are they?
I took them off for you guys.
Why?
Because you guys came up here running your fucking mouths.
No one was running any mouths, man.
No, you came up being a dick running your mouth. Just because you're dressed up in a gang suit doesn't mean you're not being the same dick you normally are.
That shit is so.
It's supposed to be.
Yeah, I can see that.
There's no reason to shine the light in his eyes. He's just being a dick.
Demetrius, Shanklings.
So you understand how this works? You said you've been in detox like 4 or 5 times, right? A handful of times. Well, that can't happen tonight.
No, they got to make money off you, bro.
So you let them go.
Well,
They walk out of here.
they're not the ones stumbling around in the grass. Not.
So he just needs to get home then and sleep it off, right? Yes. Why does he have to be arrested? Why does he have to go to a dungeon?
I'm
not able to walk.
Off, but I'm sitting here. Let's be real here.
You were laying.
I'm not laying shit. We call my lawyer if you really fucking want.
You're not in any trouble, man. You're not under arrest.
We're gonna call my lawyer though.
We're not doing that. That's not how this works.
If he's not under arrest, then he's free to go. You're arresting him. Don't lie.
So.
Come here, stand up. Stand up, dude. Come on. Enough of this.
Stand up. Enough of what? Get up. Enough of. Get up. Enough of looking like that. Cuff of what? Cuff of.
Look at that.
I'm not.
You're not in trouble. You're not under arrest. Remember they say he's not in trouble. He's not under arrest. How's that look? How's that look? These guys are demons. Remember, when you see a cop, that's a demon. Don't stop giving them a pass. Stop saying, hello, how you doing? Nice to see you. Thank you, officer. Stop being polite to them. Disrespect these pigs openly. Disrespect them in public. Walk by them and say, you're the evil in the world. You're the tyrant. You're the fear. You're the enemy of the people. How many times, put a 1 in the chat, if you've seen me walk up to cops and say, you're the enemy of liberty. You're the enemy of freedom. You're the enemy of the people. Disrespect them so that nobody will sign up to these policies, procedures, and protocols. That's what's killing people. You could fire all these pigs, bring in a fresh recruit of all new pigs. With these policies, procedures, and protocols, they'll continue to murder us in the streets. Why are they hiring illegal immigrants? So that they'll do despotism in the name of getting their citizenship. They're hiring illegal immigrants to be cops, so they'll do anything they're told. Enforce any mandate. Could there be a mandate coming up? Could there be a mandate coming up from that organization? Could there be a mandate coming up? Why would they be hiring illegal immigrants to be cops? Mandate's not law. If an illegal immigrant gets a job being a pig, he's going to do whatever he's told because he wants to get his immigration status. Could there be a mandate coming up in the future? You know, anything like 2020? Could there be another mandate? I'm just wondering. And then since mandates are not law, you guys saw me all over the country. I told them to go F themselves. I'm not wearing a mask. I wonder if they could be hiring illegal immigrants because another mandate's coming up. Think maybe? You think maybe another mandate could be coming?
It's fine. You're not fighting anything.
I'm not fighting shit.
No, there's no reason to put him in torture cuffs. But remember, now listen to the Terry versus Ohio policy that's going to murder this young man.
Going to detox. The fuck do you mean cuff me like I'm fighting something?
So you're required to be cuffed
I'm not
during a
fight-
transport.
I'm not fighting anything.
Why is he required?
I'm literally not fighting shit.
Stand
The
up like an
asshole
adult.
behind me is running his fucking mouth like I'm fighting some shit.
Why is he required to be handcuffed during a transport?
You talk big for a small kid, dude.
How about
Oh yeah, take off the badge and gun, you fat pig. Try that, bro. I'll talk real tough right to you, bro.
I beat your fucking ass?
Demetrius.
Yeah, he could beat your ass. He could have before you murdered him.
You can just sleep.
I'm not doing anything.
That's good. You're walking to my van.
I'm literally sitting here.
You're walking to my van.
So I'm gonna ask
I'm
you,
literally sitting
Demetrius,
here.
listen to me for a second.
Wait, I thought he wasn't in trouble. He wasn't under arrest. I thought he wasn't in trouble. What happened? I thought he wasn't in trouble.
I'm gonna ask you.
Fucking ask my lawyer.
We're not gonna talk to lawyers. We're talking
we're
to you.
gonna
Are
have
you
some
an
fun.
adult? Are you an adult or not?
We're gonna have some fun here.
So now they're just they're just, this is despotism. This is the evil, torturous, demeaning, patronizing, hazing that these pigs are doing to him. No reason to have all this back and forth with him. There's no reason he had to go in torture cuffs either.
That's fair. That's fair, baby. What are you pushing? Get up. Oh, wow.
That fat pig literally said to that athletic 23-year-old young man, "You're real tough." That 23-year-old young man, if those two pigs took off their badge, he could beat the piss out of both of them at the same time. It's preposterous for those cops to talk shit. Those fat, out-of-shape pigs were literally bashing him and talking how he was talking shit. "You're real tough, blah, blah, blah." You're the one who's the wussy, bro.
I'm gonna take you somewhere. You're gonna sleep. All you're gonna do.
I'm not doing it.
No, he's not going to sleep. You're about to kill him. He dies right here, guys. He's about to die right here. And listen to the reason why. Listen to the reason why he dies.
Stand up. Watch your head right here. You're a big tall guy, okay? Go.
You're a big, tall guy. It's a 4-foot boxer or a 5.5-foot boxer putting him into. So they're going to have to cram him into it head first.
Your head.
The back of transport vans such as this one is divided lengthwise into two narrow compartments consisting of a bench equipped with safety belts. Demetrius, who is 6 feet tall, is placed into the passenger side rear compartment. As deputies struggle to load Demetrius into the van, keep in mind that the length of each compartment is less than 5 feet.
Okay, we're going to come right back here. We're going to come right back here. We're at 1907. Take a look at this real quick. Why do any of us need to go in there? How come we need to go in there? Why do we need to be put in there? I'm just wondering. What? Put a 1 in the chat if you don't need to be put into a box that way. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't need to be locked into a cage like that. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't need to be locked away that way. If your brother, your cousin, your best friend, your sister, your lover, put a 1 in the chat if less than 1% of society needs to be locked away like they're Hannibal Lecter. Look at the devices and apparatus they've created for us. It's them. They're on their team. They're versus us. Look at what they've created for us. You mean Demetrius couldn't have gotten in the back of an SUV and put his seatbelt on by himself? That couldn't have happened. He had to be shackled up as though he was Hannibal Lecter, and then they have to shove him in the back of this cage like he's Hannibal Lecter, like he's a homicidal child killer, like he's a cannibal. None of us need to go in this. None of us need to go in this. 0 people need to go in this. 0. Then why have we allowed it to happen? No governor will change the policies. It takes one governor in one state. This is why I'm running for governor. This is why I'll win the governorship. I will change these policies from the top down. The legislature will try to impeach me. I don't care. I will change this from the top down. There'll be clocks in every jail. There'll be no more murder chair. There'll be no more pepper spray. There'll be no more tasing. There'll be no more attack dogs. We're going to go to a society that's based on a digital era. We got you. You're going to run? Okay, run. We got you. We say we're not using facial recognition. Put a 1 in the chat if cops are using facial recognition. Put a 1 in the chat if cops are using facial recognition. Hey, Demetrius, we got you. Cool. He decides to run off. Okay. Put a 1 in the chat if it's almost impossible to get away. It's impossible. Once you're on camera, you're caught. But look at what they've created for you and me. Look at this. Look what they created. Think that's fair for us? Think that's free? Does that look like land of the America, land of the free, home of the brave? Does that look like a freedom thing right there?
Tall.
Step. Ready?
Compartment is less than 5 feet.
Stand. Watch. Step. Ready? Step.
Why does he need to go in there? There's no why does he need to be shackled that way? America's finally starting to see he doesn't need to be put like this at all.
Right? Step in. Step in. Step.
Step in or you're going on your face.
Demetrius, come on, dude. Be a grown man.
He's drunk and he's 23. Why can't they step back and laugh and be like, this is hilarious? Come on, bro. Why if you don't try to force him into a place like that to begin with? He's drunk, you asshole. Haven't you ever been drunk before?
You understand that this is not like you're not in trouble.
No. You're not in trouble. Got 2 dudes on you with gun sticks and tasers. You're going in torture cuffs. You're going into a kidnap van, but you're not in trouble? No, dude, you're in big trouble. You're in deep trouble. Your friends abandoned you, and they left you with demons.
It's just you're not safe right now.
You're not safe right now. You got 2 demons, one on each side of you, who don't give a shit about you, bro. They don't care if you live, die, bleed. They don't care about you.
You're highly intoxicated.
You are highly intoxicated on power.
I should not be here.
He should not be there. He's correct.
I'm not highly intoxicated.
He's drunk. Who cares? He was walking home.
Fucking test me right now. I'm not highly intoxicated.
I can smell it on the big guy.
Who cares? Leave him alone.
Oh, Kenyon? What do you smell? Step on up, Junior. What do you
Probably
smell?
some fucking Mike's Hard Iced Tea or some shit.
Oh, fuck.
Come on, let's just get in the damn.
Where are they? Demetrius, do you want to go to jail instead of going to the detail?
Their policy is to put you in torture cuffs behind your back. Remember that policy. That policy is going to end up being the death of Demetrius.
Just turn around. Yep. So, sit down. Come on, dude. Let's go.
Now, 2 full-grown men over 400 pounds. Demetrius's body, he's going to stiffen out and straighten out, and they're literally going to break his neck as they jam him into the corner of the front of the car. They're going to kink his neck where he can't breathe and he can't move. The hit on the back of the head knocks him unconscious and he dies. They just crammed the 6-foot man into a 5.5-foot space. You need 6 more inches, so how are they going to get it?
Yep.
Adios means you're dead because they just killed him. He just died right there.
There you go, handsome.
Remember, he's 6 foot tall and there's a 5.5-foot space where it ends. And his head, his neck then kinks. And his feet are still 6 inches, 4 or 5 inches more to go. What are they going to do with those feet? They're cramming his neck that's kinked into the corner. Now his leg has locked out. So now they're closing the air passage in his neck by forcing the door shut with his leg locked out.
Quick, done. Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. We murdered him.
No satisfied customer.
Clearly, when attempting to get him to step inside the van, Demetrius, although never combative, is not the most eagerly compliant. The deputies, presumably not under the influence, however, seem to lose their patience with him rather quickly. One of the deputies can be heard early on, telling Demetrius that if he doesn't comply, then he'll be going in on his face, which is exactly the way they end up shoving him in the end.
Watch the breakdown that this channel does. Big, I've already dropped a few comments, and Venomous Minds, their presentations are really great, and they're just not known yet. I'm going to drop the link in a second.
Step in or you're going on your face. There you go, handsome.
Now they're forcing him in, kinking his neck even tighter. Remember, he was drunk and he locked his body up a little bit. For them to be able to push him in there, he had to have a stiff body.
Quick, done. Hasta la vista.
Now they're laughing. Oh, really?
Finally, as the deputies manage to secure the door shut, they can be heard uttering distasteful phrases such as adios muchacho, hasta la vista, and another satisfied customer, as if to congratulate themselves on a job well done. Next, the deputies begin the drive to Boulder's Addiction Recovery Center, ARC.
He didn't need to go to Boulder's Addiction Recovery Center. He needed to be left alone and allowed to walk home in a free country.
It takes approximately 16 minutes. Upon arrival, they stop the vehicle at the front of the building, and they make their way to the back of the van to assist Demetrius out. Another officer's body cam footage captures the following.
God damn it, Demetrius, wake up!
Demetrius, wake up. Wake up,
Demetrius, wake up! Dude,
Demetrius.
get him out of the cuffs.
Get him out of the torture cuffs. But just so you guys know, when they opened up the back of the van and they took a look at Demetrius's face from the side, he looked like this. He was gone. Eyes were bugged out. Tongue was sticking out of his mouth. He was dead. As soon as they opened up and took a look at his face, they realized, oh my God, he's dead. You did it to him. You had to arrest him. You had to take him to the detox. You murdered him, pig. You murdered him.
Demetrius, wake up! Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up!
Start doing CPR.
He's gone.
Go, go, go!
He was dead when they crammed his neck into the corner of that van 16 and a half minutes ago. He was dead then and there. They killed him right then and there.
Demetrius, wake up! Now!
Go ahead, go ahead.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15.
291, are you still the arc?
7, 8, 3, 4, 5, 6. God damn it, come on!
Come on, buddy.
Demetrius, wake up!
Come on, Demetrius.
Come on!
Come on, buddy.
Come on, Demetrius, please!
No,
Go ahead.
no, 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 no. You did this, pig. You did this.
Demetrius.
God damn it, what the fuck happened?
You killed him. You didn't give a shit about him. You wanted to cram him into the back of a van. You didn't give a shit about him. You didn't say, let's get a regular car and put him in the back and take him. No. You called a paddy wagon van so you could feed the prison industrial complex. It's all a scam. And we're all seeing right through it.
Demetrius, come on, buddy.
God damn it!
Can you respond on a medical?
Demetrius, wake up!
Abram emergent?
Demetrius, wake up!
Probably. It's at 1405 Broadway, apartment
Fuck!
403. Or
Yeah, I got you.
brother hanging.
Come on, Demetrius, wake up! Demetrius.
2018 to know.
Yes.
Got it?
2018, can you acknowledge?
No, go ahead.
Pathetic. Fucking pigs. Murderous pigs. Murderous pigs. Murdered him. Put a 1 in the chat if they murdered him.
Come on, Demetrius, wake up!
Put a 1 in the chat if they murdered him.
I got you. Go ahead.
What the fuck? He was.
Possibly in a suicide besides 269.
Oh my god.
You got a pulse?
No.
267.
Of course you don't have a pulse. You cranked the guy's neck and suffocated him. Wait till you see the leg breakdown that this channel does and they show what they did to him. Wait till you see what they actually did to him.
Jesus fucking Christ.
276, can I get the address?
God damn it.
276 is 1405 Broadway, apartment 403.
You guys already ready up for someone? Yes.
Yeah, they're in route emergency.
Other car?
Go ahead.
Come on, Demetrius, wake up, please!
Not the jail, the park.
Does someone need assistance at the yard? 582, we need emergent medical at the yard.
Medical is en route emergent, and I have 3
What?
units already at the ARC.
Come on, blink, boy. Blink! Blink, come on!
Here, let me get you.
Yep.
234.
This is disgusting.
County dealing with an unresponsive party at the yard, but
Go ahead.
They're engaged in the right now. 291 with them. I'm arrival in the jail with my code 5.
Let me know.
Are they going in?
Ready?
Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Just make sure you bring them down here.
11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
So like you guys take a break here so I can breathe and catch my breath. You guys know how big I am on procedure. This is the reason why I tell you to have the trifold, have the Fifth Amendment cop card in your wallet, follow the 6 steps of the procedure. You know, they were not driving, they were walking. So the yellow and black card of non-driver would have came out. Cops cited, you start filming and say, I invoke 1A. My right to film cops is upheld by Turner versus Driver. Number 2, cop approaches and says any words, invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Fifth Amendment's unequivocal, cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you. You've got to follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols. And if you don't, and if you ever trust these pigs, if you ever let your guard down for 1 second, it might be your cousin, your brother, your best friend, your son, your dad, your uncle, your best friend. You leave your loved one in the hands of these demons and they will kill them. You have to be able to push the cops back. I'm not saying the Fifth Amendment cop card is going to always push the cops back, but if you follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols, and you do it just exactly how I've taught in 100 different videos, the chances of you getting out of there are a lot better. Number one, because the Hawthorne effect changes their behavior when they know there's people standing around filming. If they're going to arrest all of you for drunken and disorderly, then do it. But don't stop filming the cops. Don't stop filming the cops. Cops walk up to you and say, hey, you're not allowed to film me. That's why you got the yellow and black card. 1A, the first blue line, 1A, film cops, 2017, upheld by Turner versus Driver. You get a pair, you give a pair to a friend. You start to teach people. Your job is to turn the Kevin or Karen in your life. We can't stand Kevins or Karens. It's your job to turn the Kevin or Karen. If you don't turn the Karen or Kevin in your life, the police state that we have will continue. You know how they say change starts with the man in the mirror? I'm changing myself. You've got to change your friends and family, the closest ones to you, who got that cop stick all the way down their throat. You got to turn them. If you don't turn them, it'll just keep going. Remember, they've had decades of programming with Andy Griffith and Poncho and Chips. Holy shit. Wow, that's amazing. X5 Podcast, $500 super chat. Wow, man. I guess you're serious, huh? Thank you. I appreciate it. Wow. Thanks, X5 Podcast. I'll check out your podcast, man. I typically don't do interviews, but I'm more than willing to do an interview if it's a one-on-one, if it's not going to be cut, not going to be edited. Team DLZ, thank you, X5. I appreciate it. I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to truly understand. I don't just create this card blindly and not think about what I'm doing. I created this card for you guys so that you can slow down the interaction with the cops. Slow it down. Show the cop the card. Let the cop take it and take a look at it. Let him read it. Now he's been informed. He can't claim qualified immunity if he's not in Colorado, New Mexico, New York, or Connecticut. Those 4 places, qualified immunity is banned. It didn't seem to do any good, though. It didn't seem to do any good.
30, go.
And by the way, just wait. The breakdown that this channel right here, Venomous Minds, the breakdown that Venomous Minds does, I'm such a huge fan. I watched 3 more of their videos.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
This is my new favorite channel right now. I binge watched them last night, 3 episodes.
17, 18, 19, 20.
So they're doing CPR on a dead guy so that they have some sort of plausible defense when they go to court for manslaughter, not murder, for manslaughter.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, go.
College, 1 3 in college, 5 people were fighting.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Go. Just keep going until they. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 2, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30.
Intoxicated. Got him in here. At about say Canyon and
90.
Well, when did he was he resisted,
He
but,
had his foot up against the door.
and he was rigid, but when did he stop? His leg went limp at what, Canyon and Folsom?
They're lying. The things the cops are saying right now are lies. This channel, Venomous Minds, is going to break it down.
You guys know just alcohol? As far as we know.
Look, so remember, he's been dead for 20 minutes now. They're doing CPR on him just for looks. He's dead. Tongue out of the mouth, eyes gone, dead. Like he's dead. Rigor mortis was already setting in.
When deputies open the doors to the van, they discover Demetrius is unconscious and unresponsive. He's not breathing and he has no pulse. A significant portion of the video is censored, but the audio easily lets us in on what is happening. Deputies can be heard as they perform CPR on the young man, all the while frantically pleading with him to please wake up.
What a beautiful kid, man. I mean, I'm double his age. I'm more than double his 23 years. And I look at this kid and I think to myself, man, he had a life, dude. He had a life. You know, I turned 50 this year and we always go back in our heads and we talk with friends. If you could go back to being 23, what would you do different? If you could go back to 18, what would you do different? And I'm looking at this kid. He's at the crossroads of life. The decisions he makes now will affect who he is for the rest of his life. And those cops took his life away from him.
In the end, medical personnel are able to get Demetrius's heart beating again. His pulse remains weak, however, and he is taken to Boulder's Community Foothills Hospital.
He's brain dead, just so you know. You can get a pulse on anything. I mean, just so you guys know what the human body can do. You've been kind of misled. The Russians showed us through the 70s and 80s that you could take different body parts and pull them out of the body and get them to work with electricity. If you don't know about the Russian experiments through the 70s and 80s, they had livers working outside of a body, hearts, lungs. They put dogs underwater. Have you ever seen the underwater dog experiment by the Russians? You can get someone's heart going just by shocking the heart and then keeping it going manually by using, and not only with your hands, they have an automatic chest compressor that they strap around you and it just pumps your heart. So you can get a heartbeat going. Your brain is gone. Demetrius's brain, he was brain dead within 3 minutes of them pulling away from after breaking his neck and ending the oxygen to his brain. He was brain dead 5 minutes into the ride, and he will never, ever come back. So the fact they can get his heart going again, don't think that that's some great feat that they did. The Russians showed us you could take individual body parts out of the body and get them to function properly when there's no body at all. So
critical condition. Later, Demetrius is transferred to another hospital in Denver, where he remains in a coma. Medical professionals know that even if he should awaken, his brain will never be able to make a recovery. Unfortunately, come the evening of October 6th, 2018, nearly 1 month after his 23rd birthday.
So they spent millions of dollars to keep him on a respirator, even though he was completely dead, to try to save the cops. Because then they wouldn't be charged with manslaughter if he lives. It's just an injury. He's in the hospital. He's in a coma. He could come out of it. They literally try to keep him alive so the cops won't get charged with manslaughter.
Demetrius Roy Shankling is pronounced dead while at the hospital. An autopsy report later rules the cause of death to be homicide as the result of positional asphyxiation with alcohol and amphetamine as contributing factors. Following this discovery, the two deputies responsible for Demetrius's transport, James O'Brien and Adam Lunn, are relieved from duty and charged with manslaughter for their role in Demetrius's death. Colorado law defines manslaughter as a situation wherein a person recklessly causes the death of another person. More will be discussed about the outcome of the trial, but first, there still looms the question of exactly what did happen to Demetrius inside that van. Perhaps it's best we have a look for ourselves. Once again, viewer discretion is advised.
And this is where Venomous Minds really outdoes themselves, and she breaks it down. I'm not sure if it's just her or, I mean, only 5,000 subscribers. Let's get her another 1,000. I'll drop the link down in the chat.
Recall that prior to entering the back of the van, Demetrius was quite talkative.
Look at that. Do you think, why do we need to go in that? That's for Hannibal Lecter. Why do we need to be put in that? That's for people who are the Unabomber. That's for people who did the Boston Marathon bombing. They have one of these in every city, town across America. For what? This is how we're treated. The Stanford experiment come to life. We are the oppressors and you are the oppressed. We get to build these oppressive vehicles. There's just no reason for this. There's no reason to have these kinds of vehicles.
Recall that prior to entering the back of the van, Demetrius was quite talkative.
Stand up. Enough of what? You know, enough.
I mean,
quite talkative.
I mean, take a look. Take a look at that. Really take a look at it. Take a look. Look. Little cut out slots for you to get air. What in God's good name is this? Why do we allow this in our country? This should not be allowed in our country. I don't care if you've broken the law. You're not Hannibal Lecter. You don't go locked into some crazy cage system. What is this? This is for people who are pure evil. This isn't for, they have one of these in every town, every city. They rolled this out just to go pick up Demetrius. And then they shoved him into it and killed him. Their policy of you have to be in torture cuffs. They killed him using this torture mobile. This has got to change. Only one governor could change it all.
Recall that prior to entering the back of the van, Demetrius was quite talkative.
Stand up. Enough of what? Get up. Enough of what? Get up. Hey, just enough of, I'm not fighting. That's fine. Anything. You're not fighting anything. I'm not fighting shit. Then you're going to detox. The fuck do you mean cuff me like I'm fighting? Step in.
Oh, what am I going to do? Step in or you're going on your face. Demetrius, come on, dude. Be a grown man. Fuck man. Ooh. That's good.
I should not be here.
He shouldn't be there.
Fucking test me right now. I'm not highly intoxicated.
Why not just let him go?
Smell on me, big guy.
What do you smell?
Come on, let's just get in the damn.
Where are they?
And yet, it's odd that after he's shoved face down into the van, he doesn't say another word.
Sit down. Come on, dude.
So now they're going to take their 400 plus pounds and drive his head first into a wedge that's going to kink his neck. And then they're going to lock his leg in place so that he can't ever get back to position. You see that? You hear that clong? That's his head going into a crevice where his neck will then kink. He can't get a word out. His voice box is compressed. Listen to the bong. Kong. Did you hear that?
Come on, dude. Let's go.
Wait for it right here. Listen for the loudest sound, and that's his head getting crammed into the crevice of a metal van. That wasn't a stone hitting the ground. That wasn't the cop hitting the side of the van. That was the tip of his head going into a metal crevice and kinking his neck to where he has no voice box and no oxygen. And now that his neck is kinked and they've got him crammed in there, his legs lock because he's had some sort of mental brain reaction. So his legs lock out because he's injured badly right there. His legs lock. His legs lock out right there. And so what do? They just treat him like he's a dummy, like he's a mannequin. His leg is locked and they figure, oh, he's just pushing back. Look at his legs. His legs aren't even working right. And now they compress his neck even further. Watch that leg. Watch his leg. His leg is locked out. And they look, his leg is twisting. They lock him in there like that. Wow. That leg being locked.
Nor does he even make an attempt to move for the entire 16-minute long ride. Nor does he even make an attempt to move for the entire...
Look at his ankle twisted. See the bottom of the plantar flexion, the bottom of his foot. His ankle's actually twisted inward because he's not conscious. He's not good. He's badly injured here.
16-minute long ride. Rather astonishingly, he remains motionless in this awkward position you're looking at here.
He was badly injured the moment they crammed his head into the metal crease.
The only thing more disturbing than his unnatural position is the fact that not once do either of the deputies check to see if the young man is all right. If you watch the video frames closely, you may be able to notice that the only noise and movement Demetrius appears to make after that occurs on 2 occasions. The first of these occurs at approximately 22 seconds.
So let me explain something to you guys. When you die, your bowels release. When you take your last breath, the very next thing that happens is you shit your pants. This is just a biological fact. Not everybody, but most people, when you die, your sphincter relaxes and you shit your pants. So watch what they're showing here.
It's past 3:05. To best be able to see what occurs, keep an eye on the image in the upper left of the screen.
His body's relaxing.
The next instance occurs at approximately 34 seconds past 3:05. Some of the footage of the transport has been edited out, but you can tell from the point where the video picks back up that Demetrius does remain perfectly still for the entire duration of the ride.
He was injured the moment they crammed his head into the wall, dude.
Upon arrival at the ARC, when deputies open the back door, Demetrius falls over onto his side. This is not a voluntary action.
Demetrius. Look. Come on. Demetrius. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit.
Yeah, bro. Your policies, procedures, and protocols that he had to go in torture cuffs behind his back, that the torture cuffs have to go behind his back, that you have to make money by calling in someone to drive a torture mobile, an inhumane vehicle where you're going to put a free American in a dungeon system where there's only slots for air in the back of this truck because people have to make money off Demetrius. You murdered him, pig. You murdered him. The military guys come back 23 a day. We've heard of 23 a day. I hope the same thing happens for the cops. 23 a day, starting with this pig here. 23 a day. You murdered him.
Medical emergence to the jail or to the ARC. God damn it, Demetrius, wake up! Demetrius, wake up.
Remember, they're looking at a dude who's totally dead, okay? All of this is for the cameras. Just like, stop resisting, stop resisting. This is all for the camera. They know their surveillance. This is all for the camera. They don't give a shit about Demetrius.
God damn it, Demetrius, wake up! Demetrius.
It's so contrived. It's so contrived. That's not the sound of a desperate man. That's the sound of a man who needs his voice to be on camera. Like, oh my God, look what we've done. Oh, goodness gracious, he's dead.
God damn it, Demetrius, wake up! Demetrius. Demetrius, wake up.
Wake up. His tongue's hanging out of his mouth. His eyes are bogged open. He's dead.
Demetrius, wake up. Fuck. Demetrius. Get him out of the cuff. Demetrius, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Go, go, go. Demetrius, wake up. Now. Demetrius, wake up! Come on, Demetrius. Come on! Come on, buddy. Come on, Demetrius, please!
Demetrius's sudden cessation of all movement upon his entry into the van could likely be indicative of cardiopulmonary arrest, in which case quick and immediate attention would have made the difference between life and death. Instead, as we know, it would be another 16 minutes.
I mean, look at him, dude. Look at this guy. What a beautiful guy. What a beautiful human being. Really. What a good looking kid. He had great friends. They were out drinking, did a few bumps because he had blow in his system too. Very, very common. If you guys don't know, if you're new to the world, haven't lived in a huge city before, very common to do shots, drink, and then do a couple bumps of whatever they're doing. And so that's how they just get through the night. And so he did some shots, some bumps, and was walking home. Figured he was 23. He'd be able to head home.
Death. Instead, as we know, it would be another 16 minutes before he would be discovered upon arrival at the ARC. This in spite of 2 sheriff's deputies who have been trained as to the dangers of restraint and positional asphyxia, and who have also sworn an oath to serve, safeguard, and protect, being less than a few feet away the whole entire time. Not once did either of these 2 men think to simply check up on the status of their detainee. Demetrius's official cause of death, positional asphyxia, is a form of asphyxia that occurs when a person's position prevents them from breathing adequately. The fact that drugs and alcohol are listed as contributing factors is not to say that these things should take any of the blame off of the deputies' shoulders. Rather, it means that trained law enforcement officials should have recognized the increased risk of positional asphyxia, and they should have responded appropriately, with heightened attention and care. During the trial of the 2 former deputies, Demetrius's grandmother informed the court that her grandson had also suffered trauma to his head and his spinal column due to the rough handling he had received. In a heartbreaking account, his grandmother told of how doctors had said that the spinal damage Demetrius had incurred may have meant that not only would Demetrius have been in a vegetative state should he have ever awakened, there was a chance he would have had to live out the rest of his life as a quadriplegic as well.
Because when you jam someone's head into the crevice with 400 pounds behind it and he's a little buzzed, he's not ready for that. And you did. That's what I was trying to explain. He had spinal injury the moment they slammed his head into the crevice of that van. And why does he have to go in the van? Why did he need to go in the back of a torture van? Why did he need to go in the back of an absolute dungeon cage? For what? He's not Hannibal Lecter. He wasn't.
Both of the former deputies took turns addressing the court prior to their sentencing. The supervisor, James O'Brien, stated that he took full responsibility for his actions and that he understood the ways in which he had breached his sworn duties.
Now listen to her breakdown of what James O'Brien said, and listen to what she says.
This only to be followed by statements which appear to pass the blame onto something else, such as not being familiar with the way that the van operated.
Oh, so don't drive someone's head first into a wall. Maybe that's just the thing you shouldn't do.
For example,
I swore a duty, and I stand before you knowing that I failed in that duty.
Oh, dude, you signed up to be a demon. Don't let his tears, don't let his emotion, don't let him fool you. Every single pig alive is just like this one. He's only got a little deep voice and a little sadness because he got caught. He doesn't give a shit about you. He doesn't care about your son. He doesn't care about your family. He doesn't care about your well-being. This jackboot thug murderous pig is just like the rest of them. There's nothing different from him other than he got caught on camera. If there weren't cameras, he wouldn't even be going to prison. For manslaughter, by the way, not murder, for manslaughter. 3 years and 6 years. One got 3 years, one got 6 years. He wouldn't even be facing this if there wasn't the cameras. They would have said, he got unruly, we shoved him in, and I guess he died. And that went on for decades and decades and decades. The cameras are what's changing everything.
I made mistakes.
Oh, no. You signed up to be who you are, dude. You signed up to be who you are. You don't get a pass. Hopefully you handle your own business and get and rid the world of such slime like you.
And I stand before the court to own those mistakes.
Oh, no. You can't own them. I'm sorry, bro. You can't own your mistakes. You killed a man. You ended another man's journey. You murdered him with your careless, cavalier policy of you got to be in the torture cuffs in the back, got to go in the torture mobile, got to go to the detox. He never had to be interacted with.
Mistakes. And I stand before the court to own those mistakes.
No, you can't, bro. You already murdered him. There's no owning it. He's dead.
I make no excuse for my actions.
There's no excuse for your actions. You followed evil, demonic policies and procedures that are inhumane, brutal, and barbaric. You agreed to do those policies. You agreed to be this evil demon you are. You can burn in hell as far as I'm concerned.
Ownership for what I did. I didn't know there was another container that was longer. I didn't know.
Oh, don't blame it on the container, you jackboot thug pig. You slammed him in there head first. You're the one that took his stiff leg and lifted it up so you could jam the door shut on his neck. Don't buy a word of this pig's alligator tears.
The container we put him in was too short.
Oh, has nothing to do with the container. You don't put people in containers. You don't put people in containers. People don't go inside of containers. People go in the backseat of a car where you shut the door. You don't shackle people behind their back in torture cuffs, especially people who haven't done anything wrong. You killed him, pig. May God have mercy on your soul, because I'd send you straight to hell. I'd send your ass straight to hell. You'd burn an eternal pit of fire forever if it was up to me.
I wasn't familiar with the van, but that's irrelevant. I cannot make any excuse. I thank you.
Despite the former deputy's disclaimer, those sound a lot like excuses to me.
Yes.
Did he at least know not to place an intoxicated individual face down in what they call the prone position? This is something I know that he was taught and that he was at least at some point familiar with. Perhaps the most glaring problem is that not once throughout his spiel, which came equipped with crocodile tears and wishes that he could take places with his victim, not once did he utter the simple words, "I'm sorry."
Never.
Ex-Deputy Adam Lunn comes across in similar fashion, claiming to acknowledge that he failed to do his duty, and he alludes to understanding the pain that his actions have caused. But in the end, one has to wonder if this isn't all just for the benefit of the court, something conjured up in the hope of garnering sympathy so that he will hence be handed a lighter sentence.
Oh, yeah, of course.
First, I want to apologize to the family of Demetrius. My involvement that night
was out of bounds. It should have never happened. You never should have been involved with the kid. You should have left him alone and let him go home. You're the demon, bro.
was something that will impact them forever.
Oh, yeah, you ruined people's lives. You ruined a mother and father forever. They'll never get over their 23-year-old boy being murdered by pigs. They'll never get over it. Put a 1 in the chat if that's an absolute fact. Put a 1 in the chat if you would never, ever, ever get over the cops murdering your son. Put a 1 in the chat if you would never heal from that. It would never be okay. There would never be a day you didn't see a pig and think to yourself, that's one of the demons. Put a 1 in the chat if you could never forgive him. Oh, I could forgive you after I'm pissing on your grave. And people are like, oh, Chille, you're so hardcore. You're so hardcore. I'm so hardcore. Demetrius is dead. You have to follow the same rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that these pigs do. This is only a guide for you. This is only a guide. Just devastating watching this. It's just heartbreaking watching this. Some of the worst stuff I've ever shown.
I've sworn an oath to honor and protect the innocent.
Oh, no, but you didn't, bro. You swore an oath to make 10 grand a month. Don't lie, dude. You didn't sign up to help and protect innocent. You signed up to get 10 grand a month in a pension. Don't lie, pig.
I will live the rest of my life knowing that I failed to honor that sworn oath the morning of September 9th, 2018.
I will live the rest of my life. Yeah, you're going to live the rest of your life after you took Demetrius's life. You're going to live the rest of your life. Gets a smack on the wrist. Really.
I think of my children and the many, many firsts that a parent gets to experience with their children.
It would only be fair if his 23-year-old kid was taken out and killed, right? But then we're killing an innocent kid who's the son of a pig, so he'll probably grow up to be a pig as well. I don't know. I mean, what is an eye for an eye? What is a tooth for a tooth? What would be fair?
My actions that night directly affect Demetrius' family. They will never get to experience those firsts, and I am the reason why. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak today.
Whenever anything like this happens,
Let me jump in here real quick. Just Goner have said, I have an undersheriff and 2 detectives in my life, and I just wonder. Your brother, your dad, your uncle, your sister, your best friend from high school, if they signed up to be a pig, they're just like this one. They're all the same. Just if you have an undersheriff and 2 detectives in your life, the undersheriff will lie, cheat, steal, murder, and rape. And the 2 detectives in your life will lie, cheat, murder, steal, and rape. And they will set people up so that they can get a conviction, so they get an accolade, a bonus, or a promotion. Just because it's your uncle or your cousin or your best friend who's the pig doesn't change he's a pig. Doesn't change that she's a pig. If you have cops who are in your life, they're demons. They're evil demons. I know it's hard for you to accept. I understand that. How many thousands and thousands and thousands of testimonial reviews do we have to see of real world, what pigs do to people on the street? You see one pig attack someone and all the other pigs join in. That's your family member who's a pig. You just don't see it. If you got your pig's body camera footage, if you FOIA'd all of your uncles or your dads or your best friends' body camera footage and you watched the way that person was, you would likely disown them. Pigs are pigs. There's no 2 ways about it. Pigs are pigs.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak today.
whenever anything like this happens, as human beings, there's a part of us that likes to hold out hope that the bad guy feels remorse, no matter how deep down. When taken at face value, ex-Deputy Lund's statement to the court seems to come close in delivering in terms of what people desire to hear. He starts out with an apology, and then he seems to take responsibilities for his actions on the night in question. While probably never an AP English kind of guy, he nonetheless
And they left him. His friends left him. They left him behind with demons.
manages to get his point across without passing the blame onto anyone or anything else. But upon further scrutiny, his words end up just being a really good example as for why you should never take a pre-sentencing speech at face value. Because meanwhile, as ex-Deputy Lund is forcing tears behind a podium, it turns out that his wife, Erica Lund...
This is really disgusting. This is really disgusting. And this happens behind the thin blue line all the time.
With the assistance of others, has created at least 3 separate websites for the purpose of shamelessly and tastelessly begging others for money to help her during her time of need. I don't know what I'll do if my husband is wrongfully convicted, one of the wife's petitions starts, and it only gets more disgusting from there. By conveniently leaving out any pertinent facts which might make her husband look bad, and by then twisting or just downright adding in some of her own facts, Erica paints her husband out as a wrongfully accused victim of the system, a hero who could do no wrong.
Wait till you see how she words it.
Among other false statements, Erica Lund writes about the incidents she was not even there to see. Shankling grew more and more crazed.
He grew more and more crazed, which gave her husband no choice but to restrain him with torture cuffs. And then as deputies shut the van door, their drunk passenger was combative.
Husband no choice but to restrain him. And then, quote, as the deputies shut the van door and pulled away, their drunk passenger was combative, end quote. In looking at this as objectively as possible, does the man inside this vehicle appear to be combative in any way?
Not at all whatsoever. He was a good kid, 23 years old, had his whole life in front of him.
How could he be? The man inside this vehicle is in fact unconscious. This is just one of many facts which Erica Lunn has.
Erica Lunn. See if someone can find her GoFundMe. I'll put $1 in there just to drop the comment. See if someone can find Erica Lunn. Find her GoFundMe. She has a website or a GoFundMe.
No problem blatantly lying about. She continues in similar fashion, omitting Demetrius's cause of death and instead insinuating it was his own fault, and stating that Demetrius was abusing her husband prior to the transport. Her tone comes across as condescending or as if inconvenienced whenever she refers to the victim, Demetrius. At one point, she calls him a criminal, even though her own husband can be heard assuring him he has not done anything against the law.
You understand that this is not like you're not in trouble.
Then why is he in torture cuffs being stuffed into the back of a torture mobile in a Hannibal Lecter van? Why is he why are they putting him in a Hannibal Lecter van? Look at the cage on the back of the van. That's how you're treated. You know why I'm so rightfully indignant? Do you know why I hate cops so openly? Do you know why I despise these swine pigs? Do you know why? I've been put in the back of those vans. I've been arrested like that and stuck in the back of those vans with no felony, nobody bleeding in the street, no armed robbery, no nothing. I've been arrested over 24 times. Every time I was treated really similarly, just like this. I've been put in the back of those torture mobiles, those Hannibal Lecter vans. And so that's why I so openly can't stand these pigs. And if you sign up to be a pig, you are a pig, bro. You're a pig. And you're a loser, bro. You don't have any other skills. I'm openly disrespecting you because you're worth disrespecting. I just want to be clear with the pigs. You're the evil. You're the demon. You're the enemy of freedom. You're the enemy of liberty. You're the enemy of we the people. You pigs are the biggest problem for Americans, are pigs in our country. And I say that without any hesitation.
Just you're not safe right now.
You're not in any trouble, man. You're not under arrest. You're not under arrest. You're just
sit up and stand up.
One confusing aspect is the following assertion made by Erica Lunn. In her words, quote, Adam takes his oath to protect and serve seriously.
No, he doesn't. He didn't sign up to protect and serve. He signed up for $10,000 a month because Adam doesn't have any other skills. He can't do any other job.
Even when it comes to unruly criminals, end quote. The arguable phrase unruly criminal aside, knowing that Adam never fails to take his oath seriously, then what?
He looks like a real nice guy. Good thing he's in charge of me as I'm in torture cuffs.
Accounts for the following.
I've sworn an oath twice in my life to honor and protect the innocent.
But you didn't do that.
I will live the rest of my life knowing that
You'll live the rest of your life
I failed to honor that sworn oath.
knowing that you're a failure.
Oath the morning of September 9th,
23 can't happen fast enough for this pig.
2018.
Her family's GoFundMe page, perhaps due to their terms of use, does not attack Demetrius openly, but it still leaves out crucial facts, exaggerates, and makes Erica look out to be like.
Whoa.
But it still leaves.
Patty West is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Thomas Klochak. Adam Lunn, urgent family need. Does anybody have that? Can any? I'll give everybody here $1. Let's relentlessly attack that GoFundMe. Let's relentlessly go after it. Someone find the link and put it in the chat, and I'll give everybody $1. I'll give everybody $1 to spend if you don't have $1 to spend, and we will drop comments all over that. Gladly. I gladly drop comments all over this.
GoFundMe page, perhaps due to their terms of use, does not attack Demetrius openly, but it still leaves out crucial facts, exaggerates, and makes Erica look out to be like some helpless, pampered individual, once reliant on her husband's income, and now too good to conceive of going to work for herself. And just for the record, all 3 donation pages I came across remain up to this day. The GoFundMe page alone has already raised in excess of $12,000, plenty more than enough to help Erica re-enter the workforce for herself, and yet she is still asking for much more. My main question remains, why is it now everyone else's responsibility to provide this lazy woman with charity, and especially because she chose to put her own blind faith in a man who turned out to be grossly inept in his chosen?
That's the face of a demon. That's evil. He's evil. Remember that. When you see a cop, change it cop to evil.
Line of work. I think that in the end, what rubs people the wrong way isn't 100% the fact that she's asking for money as if she's the victim, which is disgusting enough on its own, but it's in the way that she distorts me as if she's the victim.
How many young men do we need to see the pictures of their life that they had before the cops killed them, before we take our country back? And I'll just tell you the truth. The plain, simple truth is that one of us has to become the governor to change the policies of the cops from the top down. That's why I'm going to be running for governor. That's why I'll win the governorship. And that's why I'll change the policies, procedures, and protocols of the pigs from the top down. We're going to move to a digital era as soon as I'm governor. We're going to move to a digital era where you're going to run away. Okay, go ahead, run away. We're not going to chase you. Go ahead, run. And then next thing you know, the little short bus will pull up, door will open up, and there'll be a guy standing there going, "Hey, Billy, get on the bus, bro. We got to talk to you." Billy won't be able to get any breathing room. There'll be someone on him all the time. And if he has to physically be forced to get on the bus, then we'll physically force him. But for the most part, once someone realizes they can't get away and they can't live their life, they can't go to the grocery store, they can't go to their kid's recital, they can't go anywhere, can't go to the gym without someone following them and saying, "Hey, we're the law and you have to face the music." A little bit of patience in a digital era. We're living in a digital era. When I'm governor, I will change 90% of the policies. Cops often need to make split-second decisions. Yeah, in 1970, yeah. To get those pesky blacks, yeah, they did. In 1970, you could justify that cops had to make split-second decisions. 2024, I'm going to fall back here. I'm going to fall back. And then I'm going to radio in and say, we may need people to actually physically grab this guy. Hey, man, I'm calling in people to come grab you, dude. Do you want to just come with me? No? Okay. Get the woman out of the house being beaten, and then we're just going to wait outside till you sober up or you blow your brains out, whatever you're going to do. We're going to wait for you. And we don't need 50 guys. We just need 2. One at the front, one at the back with a camera. You're going to run past me? Okay, bye. He went that way. You don't need to chase him. There's no getting away anymore. It's over. There's no getting away anymore. You're not hiding.
Which is disgusting enough on its own, but it's in the way that she distorts the truth, omits facts, and lies in order to try and obtain said money. To say it's the ultimate slap in the face for the real victim, Demetrius Shankling, would be putting it mildly. All this furthermore does is take Adam Lund's statement and any hope we had in its genuinity and throws it out the window entirely. At the end of the day, however, I think we can all mostly agree that Erica Lund's perceived travails matter little when stacked up next to what Demetrius's loved ones are now left to endure.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone. They have no idea what they have caused this family.
Oh, yeah. Anthony Allegrini Jr. You know, I went to interview Anthony Allegrini Jr.'s parents in Philadelphia. Not a day goes by I don't think about Anthony Allegrini Jr. Not a single day. 18-year-old kid murdered by pigs for moving his car. They said he tried to run them over. That's not true. Anthony Allegrini Jr. was a guy who backed the blue. That doesn't discredit the memory of Anthony Allegrini Jr., but he was a guy that complied with cops. He simply did. He was moving real slow, and they murdered him right there on the freeway in Philadelphia.
On the morning of August 28th, 2021, after deliberating for approximately 8 hours, jurors handed down a verdict of guilty in the cases of former sheriff's deputies James O'Brien and Adam Lund. Following statements presented by both defendants, James O'Brien received 6 years imprisonment, the maximum time allowed due to his role as supervisor at the time of the incident. His former partner, Adam Lund, was sentenced to serve 3 years. Once the trial was concluded, the defendant's attorney...
So 6 years and 3 years, we'll consider that maybe 18 months and maybe 3 months.
Could not be reached for comment, but District Attorney Michael Doherty did make a statement regarding the outcome.
Our job is to do the right thing and to do justice in every single case.
Then why didn't you charge the cops with murder for targeting, harassing, and murdering him? They targeted him. There was no crime being committed. Why didn't you charge him with murder? If they hadn't involved themselves with Demetrius, he'd still be alive today.
Regardless of who the other individual is, without fear and without favor. And that's what our team worked for today.
District Attorney Michael Daugherty said if it weren't for Lunn and O'Brien, Demetrius Shankling would be alive today, and he called the sentences appropriate.
In the end, it's not a question of malicious intent. Clearly, what occurred was an accident, and there was no desire on behalf of the deputies to harm Shankling, as is pretty evident in the reactions we heard upon the discovery of Demetrius's unconscious body at the ARC.
Holy shit. Holy fucking shit. God damn it. Demetrius, wake up. Demetrius. Come on, Demetrius, please.
Oh, don't act like you care.
However, given the coroner's determined cause of death, Demetrius's demise could have been avoided if the deputies had placed the victim properly in the manner which they had been taught and diligently trained to do. Furthermore, not one time was Demetrius ever checked up on during that 16-minute ride to the ARC. It is only my sheer assumption the van was equipped with a monitor up front. If not, a quick stop wouldn't have hurt anybody.
We just happened to overhear her, and we're just like, she's like, I'm not drunk. And they're like, the guy's like, yeah.
Why? I'm just confused. Can someone help me understand? Why did Demetrius need to be taken off of the road? Can someone explain it to me? So just help me understand here. Why did Demetrius need to be taken off of the road? Can anybody? I'm going to take a look at the comments here. Can somebody explain it to me, please, so I understand why he had to be taken from the street? I'm just wondering, why did he have to be arrested? Why did he have to be put in torture cuffs? Why did he have to go into that Hannibal Lecter van? Why did he have to be drugged down to the dungeon that they call a detox? How come? Why did he have to be? There it is right there. Got the answer right there. Dawn, shoot me an email. I'm going to send you out a pair of Fifth Amendment cop cards for free. That's exactly correct, Dawn. They had to interact themselves with those young men. They had to arrest him. They had to torture cuff him. They had to call in the Hannibal Lecter van for money. It's for money. Remember, the cop's goal is to pull you over, arrest you, and steal your money. That's the goal of the cops. Put it in the comment section. The cop's goal is to arrest you, kidnap you, and steal your money. That's what the goal of the cops are. You need to tell your Kevin or Karen aunt or uncle. You need to show them this video. If we don't turn the Karens or Kevins in our lives, we're going to be screwed. November, when I got these cards done, I said, it's my mission. If I have to give them away for free, it's my mission to get these cards into everybody's hands. January of 2024, this year right here, I'm on a new mission. My new mission is to get you to turn your Kevin or Karen, aunt, uncle, brother, sister, cousin, lover. Turn them. Turn them. You need to work on your Kevin or Karen, brother, sister, best friend, lover. You need to work on them. You need to show the Kevin or Karen the videos of the cops murdering people. Explain what Dawn already knows. That the cops, the reason why they want to kidnap you and take you to the dungeon is for money. It's for money. You need to churn them.
I would disagree.
If you want to, if you just leave that there, we'll go pick it up later.
Okay. At the Arc?
Yeah.
So look, you see that right there?
To,
That right there is money in their hand. That's money. They're all making money. It's a money system. Axon right here, the body cam, they're one of the main sponsors of Cop City in Atlanta. It's all about the money. The cops are making money. Axon's making money. The taser company's making money. The torture cuffs are making money. Everybody's making money, and it's for us. Use us to make money. Imprison them, torture them, murder them, and we all make money.
just leave that there. We'll go pick it up later.
Okay. At the Arc?
Yeah. Yeah, we'll go pick it up when we're done on the hill.
Meanwhile, in the van, Demetrius is literally going brain dead right this moment. At this exact moment, Demetrius is 3 minutes in or so. He's almost brain dead right here.
All right, man. So I just signed there with who transported him, and that was where I signed.
Oh, right here?
Yeah, it says person transporting to facility. And then they
What's
do,
that?
they sign.
Oh, they don't have a way to get back into the PD, so we're just going to take them back to the PD for this, guys.
Well,
Just keep the whole
the
thing.
ARC people have to sign the bottom for that.
Yeah, and then they get the white, and then you want us to leave the
Just leave the whole
carbons.
thing there.
Okay.
And we'll pick it up. And we'll go pick it up here in a little bit.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Put it in the comment section. JBTP, Jackboot Thug Pigs.
Demetrius, how you doing back there, buddy?
And they didn't even check.
Demetrius, how you doing back there, buddy?
Born in 1995. What a good-looking young man. What a good-looking young man. So let me do a little promotion for this channel now because they did such a nice job. Venomous Minds. I'm going to drop the link for this video in the comment section so that you guys can subscribe to this channel right here. Drop them some comments. Let them know that I sent you. It's just and then I went into a deep dive and I watched a few more of their videos. They do these long breakdowns of videos where they go into every detail. Hospital staff calls cops on dying man. I haven't seen this one yet. Intoxicated passenger, worst Uber passenger ever. A mom's disturbing motive for murder. And they do, I mean, so pretty good breakdowns on here. These are pretty good, and they don't have very many views. So if you want to get over here and support this channel, I think they would, you know, this one has some views in it. So this is a sheriff's one right here that they covered, 121,000 views. And then Demetrius is the one we just covered just now. And that one's got, 355,000 views. So maybe this channel should be told. It looks like you guys do a lot better when you cover the dirty, filthy pigs in this country. He died in police custody. How does it make you feel? How does it make you feel when you see that? You know, all I can do is what I do. You know, put a 1 in the chat if you have a Fifth Amendment cop card in your wallet or you own a Fifth Amendment cop card. This is all I can do. This is all I can do. This is all I can do. I can't do much else. Cope Dogged Dog's got a cop card. What's up, cop card? That's all I can do, man. Get you guys the stuff. Teach you how to use your camera. Teach you how to stand up for your rights. That's really all that I can do. That's really all that I can do. Lots of people got, not lots of y'all's got cop cards. Good. I'm happy to hear it. If you don't have a cop card, reach out to me. Guy sent me an email yesterday and said he needed a cop card. And I said, you cover shipping and handling and I'll give you a cop card. Yesterday, a guy emailed me. I emailed him back. Send $5. $5 is what it costs for me to ship and handle and barely covers the cost of the card. And so if you don't have the money, I mean, it's only $10 to buy it off my website, but it just has me so, I watched this and I got to tell you, it's painful to watch. It really is painful to watch. And the worst part about our country is how many bootlickers and cop suckers there are in this country. How many horrible bootlickers and cop suckers there are, and the Kevins and Karens. And collectively, please tell a friend, tell somebody else. Turn them by showing them. Look what these cops do. Turn the Kevins or Karens. I'll get these cop cards out into people's wallets. I'll get these trifolds into people's wallets. You get the Kevin or Karens in your life turned by showing them what these cops are doing, what they're doing to people. If we don't turn them, and I run for governor and I win the governorship, they're going to try to impeach me they're going to try to impeach me anyway, with the Karens and Kevins and legislators who are cop suckers. If you turn the Kevins or Karens over the next decade, then I'll be able to run for governor and win, and I won't have the general public working against me. You got to turn the people in your life who got that cop stick all the way down their throat. You got to turn them. You have to turn them. If you don't turn them, they'll turn on us when we get to power. You have to turn them. I turned my best friend. He used to be the biggest cop sucker ever. Now he hates him. You got to turn him.
An air freshener in your car. There's a reason we ask. A lot of people do, and you may not know this, but in some states, it is illegal to have something hanging from your rearview mirror. And we say this because before he was shot in Brooklyn Center, Minnesota, Daunte Wright called his mother to say he'd been pulled over for having an air freshener on his mirror. Now, some contend those air fresheners are a pretext for police harassment, especially for people of color. Amber Cogliano has more.
Hanging an air freshener in your rearview mirror could get you in big trouble. 20-year-old Daunte Wright's mother claimed he was pulled over by cops because an air freshener was hanging from his mirror.
He called and said he just got pulled over by the police. I said, well, why did you get pulled over? And he said, because I had air fresheners hanging in the rearview mirror.
That's their goal. I mean, so let me ask you a question. Who do you think legislated that? Who do you think legislated? So you know how a bill works. In the state legislature, in this legislature of the state, you have the House and the Senate of Arizona. And so what happens is in the House, not the Senate, in the House, a bill will be introduced into committee. That bill introduced into committee that cops can pull you over for your air freshener was likely introduced by a former ex-cop who got the job in that state legislature by the Fraternal Order of Police, paying for his campaign and backing him to do the bidding of the pigs. They pick out specific little areas all over the country, from Maine to California to New York to Alaska to Hawaii. They'll find little districts where they can back a former ex-pig to then put a bill in that says, if you have anything hanging from your rearview mirror, it's a crime. If your windows are tinted, it's a crime. We can pull you over. It only takes another legislator submitting a bill saying that there is no crime for window tinting. There is no more crime for air fresheners or anything hanging from your rearview mirror. It only takes one legislator. And then after that passes the committee, then it goes into the bigger committee. Then it goes to the full House for a vote. Then it gets pushed onto the Senate for a vote and alterations. And then it goes on to the governor's desk to be signed into a bill or vetoed. I'll be the governor. So I'll sign that bill into effect, that there's no more window tinting laws in Alaska. There's no more window tinting laws in Texas. There's no more pulling you over for your windows being tinted. Imagine that. If you can have a car with no rearview mirror and you can't see out the back, it's literally sealed up, and we can put a camera that looks out the back as your rearview mirror in a lot of the new modern cars, you can't even see out the back. In the new Cybertruck, you can't see out the back. Your rearview mirror is a video camera. Then why can't we have tinted windows? We can't have tinted windows because the powers that be created tint laws so they could pull you over. The powers that be, those Fraternal Order of Police, state or federal representatives in the House who are backed by the Fraternal Order of Police, they submit the bill that says you can't have anything hanging from your rearview mirror, absolutely nothing, or we can pull you over. It's a law. We created a law. It's a law. We pulled you over. It's a law. It's a California Revised Code 120.144. Don't you know? And that's why I can pull you over. Can I search your car?
What followed has sparked a national outcry after police officer Kim Potter opened fire with her service weapon, which she thought was her taser.
Kim Potter murdered Daunte Wright, and at the airing of this video right now, she already served her prison sentence and is out already. The woman they're talking about who murdered Daunte Wright in the past couple years, she was already tried, already convicted, already did her few months in prison, and she's already out. She's already out. She already did her time, man. Dante's dead, dead, dead. Mother's still crying. Dante's body is turning into worm food in the ground. And Kim Potter already did her time. She's already free. She's doing another occupation now. She's got that pesky manslaughter on her record. But listen, she grabbed the wrong thing, you know. She was going for the taser. She grabbed the gun. She shot Dante. But hey, you know, now she's going to be a horticulturist. Oh, no, she's going to be an artist. No, she's going to be a teacher at the local school. She's not going to do any of those things. She's going to look for another government job where she can take orders and hurt people, because Kim Potter doesn't have any other skills. She can't do anything else. She's literally inept.
You may not be aware that in the majority of states, hanging an air freshener from your rearview mirror is illegal out of concern they may obstruct the driver's view. But
is that true though? Is that true? Is that true? Does that little air freshener obstruct your view? How many car accidents are caused from a little tree air freshener hanging? How many car accidents are caused? How many are caused? 0. The Fraternal Order of Police put a state representative in every state, and then they push through a bill that says it's illegal for you to hang anything from your rearview mirror, so they can pull you over if you have a rosary hanging from your rearview mirror. If you have a picture of your kid hanging from your rearview mirror, your grandson or granddaughter. The Fraternal Order of Police funded a House representative in every state in America. And if they didn't fund one themselves, they then funded an already established politician to put this bill through for them that says that it's illegal for you to hang anything from your rearview mirror. When I'm governor, that'll be gone. There'll be no more laws about hanging something from your rearview mirror unless it's ridiculous. Unless you have a billboard hanging and you can't see out your front window. And even then, giving the pigs this much latitude means they could murder another Dante Wright. Oops, I grabbed the wrong thing. Smack on the wrist, 3 months in prison, get out. Go get another career, Kim. Just let this go. Anybody you sign up for, any job you sign up for, Kim, there'll be a Kevin or a Karen business owner who will be like, oh, I understand, Kim. You tried to tase him, but you shot that ugly black man with a gun.
But some say the majority of states, hanging an air freshener from your rearview mirror is illegal out of
And why is that?
concern they may obstruct the driver's view.
In the name of safety. You're going to sacrifice your liberty for safety.
But some say police are using air fresheners as an excuse to pull you over.
Oh, some say? Can you do me a favor? Can you put a 1 in the chat if you say? Put a 1 in the chat if you say that police use anything they can to pull you over. Put a 1 in the chat if you know cops are creating laws for reasons to pull you over. Every cop will tell you, oh, if we follow you long enough, we can find you did something wrong. Why is that? Because they want to be able to pull you over to search your car using the 1925 Carroll versus United States Carroll doctrine that says they can search your car.
Phil Colbert, who lives in Arizona, says he was pulled over for having an air freshener.
Can I ask you why you stopped me? So you can't have anything hanging from your rearview mirror.
He recorded the encounter on his cell phone.
We covered this video, you remember, just last week?
He stopped me because I'm black in a nice car.
No, bro. No. Yeah, okay. Yes, he may have stopped you because you're black. Yes, cops stop blacks more than whites. Put a 1 in the chat if he would have pulled you over for having an air freshener hanging from your rearview mirror. I agree. Policing were created for blacks. 1704, South Carolina slave catchers. The Supreme Court cases that strip away our fundamental civil liberties are passed so that cops can do it to black people. That's a fact. In today's era, 2024, they've already established all these laws for blacks. They did. They established laws for this black guy right here that says you can pull him over for having something hanging from his rearview mirror. But now it's used on all of us. Shabindu down there doesn't look like, I mean, he could be born natural first American, could be first generation American. Shabindu down there. They'll pull him over for the air freshener. The air freshener law was created for blacks, but now they'll pull over Shub down there. Are you white? You hanging an air freshener? They'll pull you over. They'll pull you over. Put a 1 in the chat if they'll pull you over. They will pull you over, right? That's what they do. They pull you over.
Stopped me because he was hating on me.
Yeah, he stopped you because he wants to be able to give you a ticket.
So you can't have anything hanging from your rearview mirror.
He recorded the encounter on his cell phone.
He stopped me because I'm black in a nice car. He stopped me because he was hating on me.
The deputy was later fired. Air fresheners might be illegal, but they can be seen just about anywhere you look.
It's actually pretty common. You can see right here, they have stuff hanging from their mirror here.
We toured this parking lot in New Jersey with Elmwood Park Police Chief.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Who's she touring the parking lot with? The chief of police? So he can justify out loud to you from the mainstream state-run media that what they're doing is perfectly legitimate. You know, you can't have anything hanging from your rearview mirror. Here's the chief. He's going to explain to you that you can't have anything hanging from the rearview mirror. Just remember, you can't have anything. Just remember, you mean we shouldn't change that? That shouldn't be changed? No, it shouldn't be changed. No. It should not be changed. You can get pulled over for having an air freshener, okay? And we're justifying that now, and we're re-justifying it now, and we're re-justifying it. You should understand that you can get pulled over for an air freshener, and it's perfectly legitimate. That's what this is about. And the state-run media operative with her clear plastic see-through mask, she's actually pretty hot, but watch. So this right here, that is obstructing your view. Do you think this thing is going to obstruct your view and cause a car accident? Push a 1 if that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Just about anywhere you look.
It's actually pretty common. You can see right here, they have stuff hanging from their mirror here.
We toured this parking lot in New Jersey with Elmwood Park Police Chief Michael Foligno.
So they're really everywhere. There's another one, an air freshener right here and a prayer card.
Yeah, once you start.
Which is it, honey? You want the mask on? You don't want the mask on? Which is it? You got a solid mask on, you got a clear mask on, you got no mask on. Which is it?
Looking for him, you're going to see him. So you have another violation right there.
There's another violation right there, everybody.
Michael Foligno.
So they're really everywhere. There's another one, an air freshener right
It's a
here.
violation.
And a prayer card.
Yeah, once you start looking for him, you're going to see him. So you have
That's a
another
violation
right there.
There's a violation.
It's not just air fresheners.
A mask, an air freshener, stickers, a cell phone charger, all illegal.
That's right. It's all illegal. You better understand it's illegal. We should never change that. We created it illegal. We're just going to leave it that way.
Yes, anything that would obstruct the driver's view is illegal.
Doesn't it seem petty to pull someone over for having an air freshener hanging in the rear view?
Doesn't it seem petty? Now listen to his answer. We didn't actually create it to pull people over. We created it to arrest people. Listen to what he says. Listen to what he says here.
Mirror.
So it could seem petty to some people, but in my 32 years in law enforcement, I've seen many minor traffic violations lead to big arrests. Wanted felons, fugitives from justice, murder suspects.
It's justified that we harass most of the people. What percentage of people are charged with murder? Less than a fraction of 1%. Less than a fraction of 1% of people murder another people. Okay? So he's saying we pull people over for air fresheners and we catch murderers. How many? How many? How many people did you harass, annoy, wrongfully arrest, wrongfully impound their cars? Thousands of people get harassed, wrongfully arrested, their cars get impounded, multiple tickets for crap that they create after they find an air freshener on your rearview mirror, for the 1 out of 1,000 people who will be arrested for a serious crime. It's a scam. It's a total scam. Hey, we catch murderers by doing this. How many exactly? How many murderers? Because a very tiny fraction of the population murders another person. So how many murderers are you catching? And then how many tickets are you giving out for DUI, for tinted windows, for license plate lights, for blinkers, for equipment? You're just padding the tab on the bulk 99.95% of everybody is just for you to be able to pull them over and steal their money, arrest them, kidnap them, take them to a dungeon, impound their car. That's what your goal is, bro. Don't sit there and lie and say, oh, we catch murderers. We catch murderers by pulling you over for an air freshener. No, you don't, dude. You don't. If you catch 1 in a million, bro, look what we're doing. We're catching murderers over here. The way I see it, so Austin wrote a question. He said, how you doing, new to the live stream? Tell us about the journey you've had since you started Delete Laws and any perspective you have on what needs to change, well, and how to change Terry versus Ohio. So if you want to keep up, man, there's a channel I created, and you can see, and I got a guy on this. He works full time on just doing this. It's called American Patriot, and right now we're only at episode 21, I believe. I just put the link in the chat, Austin. There's 21 episodes. Each one's 10 or 15 minutes. What I'm going to do is I've hired a professional editor, and I'm going to edit all of the time, all the lives that I've done over the past couple years. The way we're going to overturn Terry versus Ohio is state by state within the state legislators. So each state, so states' rights come, now federal law will supersede state law. However, state law often has a large effect on, well, it has the only effect on the state laws. So you can legislate out Terry versus Ohio in each individual state. For example, Pennsylvania versus Mims, where you have to get out of the car for officer safety, the state of Pennsylvania does not recognize Pennsylvania versus Mims. So the way that we're going to change Terry versus Ohio is I'm going to become governor. We're going to legislate it out of the first state that I'm governor. And then the other states will see it. The other people will see it, that you can't be stopped because someone's just suspicious of you, and it'll change the whole country. The states are laboratories. Remember? Just such an outright lie. Just such an outright lie. I can't release all the episodes. I got a guy cutting away following the journey of the life that I've been living. Remember, you know, I'll just show you so you guys, I mean, there's nothing better. There's nothing better. So what I said today in my chat with my editor was, and I'll try to show you guys the actual screenshots of this so you can see it. What I said here to him was that this YouTube and social media, I need this to get popular enough to run for governor and win. I know I'm spending lots and lots of hours here, and I'll be here for the next couple years, spending lots and lots of hours so I can establish who I am and my identity. I've been here for almost 3 years now. And that's why I do it. That's why I spend so much time here, because I'm going to solidify who I am, what my stance is, and get popular enough to be able to run for governor and win the governorship, running on the platform of change, real change, real change, real change. And that's what I can do. And when I change the system from the top down as the governor of one state, the state next door, the state across, the state up, the state south, wherever I'm at, the other states will then be forced to hear from the people in the state that I'm the governor and say, wow, cops are no longer hiding on the side of the road to get us. They're actually investigating the crimes of people to protect individual civil liberties. It only takes one governor with leadership and it changes. Everything changes.
Others disagree.
Officers often use low-level infractions like having something hanging in your mirror or having an expired registration to pull somebody over, and they really shouldn't be able to do that.
So if you want to avoid a hefty fine or possibly worse, don't leave that air freshener hanging from your rearview mirror while driving.
We're just living in absolute total and complete tyranny. We're living in a system of outright total and complete oppression. And as long as we live in this system, we're going to be screwed. We have to change the system.
I want you to feet together for me. Heels.
So this was Hulk Hogan's son. Do you guys hear about this? And I about 20 people sent me this video. Thank you for sending it to me. You want to hear some serious cop sucking? You know, we could skip a lot of the actual interaction when we get to where, so his Hulk Hogan's son gets pulled over for DUI.
You almost ran me over. It was me that you almost ran over when you were driving right by me. Okay, when there's police lights lighting up the road over there.
I'm so sorry. It's just been a night where I was just on our way home and we were leaving.
You mind stepping out for me?
Yeah.
Nice truck. Expensive truck.
Yeah, sorry.
So
Nice truck, expensive truck.
Where are you coming from tonight? Come on over here. Leaving the beach, heading home? Nothing to drink tonight?
No, sir.
So it's just, you said the passengers?
Yeah, just passengers.
But I can smell it on your breath.
Okay, I'm sorry. It's them. I was just kissing my girlfriend.
His lips are all dry and chapped. He's drunk.
Apologize.
That's what you're gonna say?
That's your excuse?
That you're kissing your girlfriend, so that's why you have alcohol coming off your breath.
I'm sorry. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Okay. Well, would you mind if I check your eyes and make sure you're safe to be driving, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Do not do. Okay, so I had the DUI guy on this channel. The DUI guy is a formerly trained attorney. He works out of Kentucky. He is a very successful trial lawyer. And I am autodidactic. I learned everything on my own after being no-knock rated in 2002. And the DUI guy and I both say the exact same thing. You never agree to stupid human tricks. You never agree to get your eyes tested. You never agree to walk on a line. You never agree. You're going to lose your license. You're going to have to fight, but don't give the cops any evidence against you. Don't do this. Don't do what this guy's doing. What's his name? Scott Hogan or whatever his name is. Don't do that. Don't do this. Do not. So anyway, this goes on. He flunks the superhuman tricks. And then within a couple moments, of course, and they got this cop back here. This whole system is a joke. She's a prison worker, so she's a real piece of shit.
You gotta be like,
no, you're good. We're gonna come over here.
Sure.
Right in front of the vehicle here. That's right. Place you in their back. Relax. All right. Explain everything to you.
He's impaired driving.
It's impaired.
Mm-hmm. He's currently in custody for DUI.
DUI. Did he blow? Okay.
We're at that point right now where he's asking if he's willing to blow or not.
Cool. Let me call my lawyer real quick. See what we're at. This is crazy. Sorry about this.
It's all right. Basically, if he refuses, he's gonna lose his license. I think he has refused. I think that's where we are with it.
Give me a second.
So if he refuses, he's going to have the opportunity to go to a driver's license hearing, where he can get a hardship driver's license. If this is his first DUI, then there's methods they can use to reduce the charges. And there's different things that they can do. With your attorney, you should be able to figure all that out.
Yeah, he says his first DUI.
Yeah, he should be.
What was he doing? Was he speeding or what was the deal?
Move over.
Excuse me?
Move over. What
does move over mean?
Officers are working on the side of the road. He changed lanes. He went by us at 51.
So I'll show you guys I cropped this so you guys could see it. This was the text I sent earlier to my editor. I'm sure you guys are figured it out by now. I'm only doing this to gain popularity to win the governorship. The only reason that I'm here now is to build a constituency of like-minded people who will support and follow me wherever I go to win the governorship, so that I can change these policies, procedures, and protocols from the top down. This is in context to telling the editors, hey, I don't give a rat's ass about YouTube AdSense. If you're able to make more money, you can have it. That's what I told them. I don't care about this. I just don't. I care about garnering enough constituents that people will move to the state where I run for governor, and we win the governorship, and we change the policies of pigs from the top down, so that we don't have to call them pigs anymore, so that they actually investigate crimes and don't hide on the side of the road. A girl goes in and she says, hey, I got RAPED. I got RAPED yesterday. And what do? They send 100 guys out to the street to go out and run their radar guns. That's the organization we created, because they're into making money. It's a capitalistic system. It's not a government agency that provides a service. Policing in America is capitalistic. Joe Biden ensured that when he was the senator from Delaware through the 80s and 90s, where he pushed through civil asset forfeiture with the help of the biggest piece of shit to ever be president, Ronald Reagan. That's a fact. Ronald Reagan pushed through criminal asset and civil asset forfeiture, that the bill was introduced into committee by Joe Biden.
So they're taking him over 49th Street?
We're going to take him to the main station. We're going to give him the opportunity to, I think he's refused, so we're going to give him the opportunity to still provide a breath sample regardless. And then if he still refuses, then he'll just get a DUI citation, and then he's going to go to the county jail after that. He's going to spend 8 hours from the time of the arrest.
Where's the main station?
Listen to this right here. This is a tell. Listen, and I'll explain what the tell is. Ready? Listen.
He's going to spend 8 hours from the time of the arrest.
He's going to spend 8 hours from the time of the arrest. So why is he going to spend 8 hours in the dungeon from the time of the arrest? How come that is? Why does that cop know that he's going to spend 8 hours inside of the dungeon from the time of the arrest? Why is that? Can anybody tell me why? Does anybody have the answer? Does anybody know? Why is that? How come it is? Yeah, Dion, email me. Yeah, of course. Of course. Just so you guys know, I do have hoodies online. I'll have the medium and larges in stock, and anybody who gets a hoodie automatically gets a set of cop cards put in the hoodies. The first batch, my assistant didn't get the cop cards in the hoodies, but the last couple batches, we've got the cop cards in the hoodies. So why is it? Can anybody tell me? Why is it? How come it is?
If he still refuses, then he'll just get a DUI citation, and then he's going to go to the county jail after that. He's going to spend 8 hours from the time of the arrest.
Why is he going to spend 8 hours from the time of the arrest? Money's the right answer. That's the right answer. Because the jails that are for profit, they bill on every 8-hour cycle. If you're in jail and you're past 8 hours, you're at the 9th hour and you get bailed out, you may be in there until the 18th hour so that they can get that second 8-hour billing. That's why when you go to jail, you go in for at least 8 hours, especially in Florida, especially in Texas, where a lot of the prisons and jails are for profit. There's someone making money by you going to jail. They need the 8 hours so that Civic Core, a blue chip stock, up with McDonald's and Nike, so that they can make money off your skin going into the dungeon. That's why it's on an 8-hour shift.
Main station.
645 Pierce Street.
Is that downtown?
Yes, sir.
No, yeah, it's just standard procedure here with me. It's always some type of BS drama.
Let's see what he wants to do.
Okay, well, yeah, the officer said he's down at the downtown station across that park where we were going down and feeding all the homeless people down there. I think that's the one right down there. All right. So, well, there's no reason for you to stay up there booking him, and then I'm going to bail him out. That should be it.
He's got to spend 8 hours.
Hold on a second. I'm sorry. What was that, boss?
He's got to spend 8 hours in custody.
He's going to be there 8 hours?
He's got to spend 8 hours. By state law, he's got to spend 8 hours in custody.
Okay, well, he's going to spend 8 hours in custody. And then I'll get him out. Can I talk to him?
Okay. 585. Can you come back here real quick?
I can take her in the car in the house if you want to. I'll run a sobriety test and everything about it. If you trust me.
Just 1 second.
I'm asking 585 about that. Can you talk to him real quick? Okay. Can you back up so we can talk to him real quick?
I was going to, yeah, I can do that. I was just going to get your phone number real quick for him.
And that was so I could get his property?
So he'll be able to call you once he gets out the county and everything. He'll be able to call you from there. Usually they have a cell phone, but you want him to get your number for him. I'm going to put it in his property.
Okay. Also, the officer said it'd be 8 hours before he could get bailed out. So there's no reason for me to go down there and hang around all night.
No, sir. Just wait for our call. Make sure that's on high ring so you don't miss it.
Yeah, so mine's going back to sleep.
He'll get out 10 o'clock.
10?
Yeah, as long as he blows under an 05, he'll get out at 10 o'clock.
All right, cool. Yeah, I'd love to.
Open the door. Open the door.
You good, Bubba? Yeah. All right, cool. So you good, Bubba?
Is that what they do for you and me? Is that what they do when you're in the back of the torture mobile? When you're in the back of the oppression car? When you're in the back of the Hannibal Lecter truck? Is that what they do for you and me? They open the door and let you talk to your brother, sister, cousin, dad? Is that what they do for you and I? That's not what they do for you and me. They even say, one time I saw a girl outside of the car trying to talk to her boyfriend. And she said, "Can I say goodbye to my boyfriend?" He said no. But for Hulk Hogan, they opened the door, let them have a face-to-face. Let them enjoy their time together.
Open the door. Open the door.
Open the door. Open the door. It's Hulk Hogan. It's Hulk Hogan. So treat him humanely so that he'll say how fair the cops were to him and his family up on his gigantic pedestal. But to you and I, they won't do that for us at all whatsoever. Open the door for him.
You good, Bubba?
You okay, Bubba?
All right, cool.
Why
didn't they show that interaction?
Sitting in the car, I couldn't tell, but if he was standing in front of me, I could tell if he was drunk or by just looking at him. Did he look like he was drunk when you saw him?
Yeah, he didn't do.
Oh, okay.
He didn't do well in the sobriety exercise.
Okay.
And honestly, I don't know what the other officer saw. From what I saw, he didn't do it.
Yeah. Oh, well.
If it's his first DUI, he should be okay.
Yeah, it is.
He's just going to have to go through a bunch of different steps. And your attorney should be able to take him through those different steps. And
yeah, but he had already started telling me what you had just told me about the hardship license and
yes,
the DUI school and the whole thing.
All right, he's going to have to jump through a bunch of hoops, and hopefully, the attorney will be able to work through it with him.
You're the best thing I ever did was quit drinking. Every problem I've ever had in my life revolves around somebody drinking alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
100%. Fortunately, this is all we do all night long.
I don't know how you do it.
Junks off the road.
I don't know how you do it, especially with people that keep running their mouths. I've locked them all up.
Wow. Wow. Does that not change your perspective of Hulk Hogan? Obviously, he's never been treated so inhumanely. He's never been through the dungeon system. Listen to what he says right here.
I've locked them all up.
Oh, you'd lock them all up, would you, Hulk? Would you, Hulkster? Let me just tell you, I lost all respect for Hulk when I watched this. You'd lock them all up for talking bad to you, Hulk? Couldn't take some words? Thought you were an alpha, bro. Thought you were an alpha male. Remember the Hulkster? He would get up and he'd be getting beat and his hand would start shaking. You'd lock them all up for talking to you? I can't stand the way they talk to me. I'd lock them all up.
Fortunately, this is all we do all night long. I don't know how you do it.
Oh, you don't know how he does it, huh? They're getting paid 10 grand a month and they have no skills. That's how they do it. All they have to do is follow orders and hurt people. That's it. That's how he does it. He doesn't have any other skills. He could never be a pro wrestler. He could never be a choreographer. He could never be a manager. He could never be in entertainment. He's the lowest rung of intelligence. He's the lowest rung of motivation. That's how he does it.
Top of the road.
I don't know how you do it.
I don't know how you do it.
Keep running their mouths, man.
Especially with people who keep running their mouths. Oh, Hulk. When I see you, bud, when I see you, you're going to find out, Bo. You're going to find out. You're going to hear from me. I'll be running my mouth when I see you. They should all go to jail. You should arrest everybody, huh? Like your kid? Is this dumb shit not seeing that they're arresting his kid?
I lock them all up.
Gotta have patience of a saint.
I guess so. I don't know how you do it.
What did he say?
Gotta have patience of a saint.
Cops have the patience of a saint? What?
Yes, I guess so. I don't know how you do it.
You guess so? Hey, you dumb shit, Hulk Hogan. You don't got YouTube, Instagram, TikTok? You don't got Facebook? You got nothing? You haven't seen what the cops are doing to people, Hulk?
Gotta have patience of a saint.
I guess so. I don't know how you do it.
They push your button sometimes.
Jeez.
Just gotta know how far you can get away with it, that's all.
Yeah, well, you guys are more than flexible. I know a lot of people that wouldn't jump any of that.
This day and age, we have no choice.
There it is. In this day and age, everybody, we're living in a digital era. You don't have to do 99% of the shit you do. You could change every policy from this day and era. If we were talking about this day and age, we could change everything. Go to digital. Pretend like you're not using the facial recognition system and tell people, if you run off, I got your facial recognition right here. Put a 1 in the chat if cops are using facial recognition. They are. You don't have to chase anybody anymore. In this day and age, we could go to a totally digital system. No more physical detainment. You're detained on camera. You will come with us on your own. And if you don't, then you get the boot. In this day and age, huh? In this day and age, in today's day and age, just crap.
This day and age, we have no choice.
In this day and age, the cops are saints. They have the patience of a saint. In this day and age.
That's why we have to remain as professional as possible, and in doing so, you have to be flexible.
You have to be flexible? Is that what the cops are? Are the cops flexible around here? Is that how you see cops? Or if cops flexible? Put a 1 in the chat if cops are not flexible around here.
How long has he been married?
Oh my gosh, couple years. I'm really surprised he was drinking because I was living at 9 o'clock when I was at my house and we just finished working out, get them training arms, and then he was going to go pick her up because he had to be there at 10. And so as we were organizing, I just feel really good. I'm not going to drink anything tonight. That's why I was surprised. All of a sudden I get this call that he's getting pulled over for DUI. And the knucklehead screamed to me on the phone. As soon as I heard that, I knew there was a problem. When I heard her attitude. You know, I didn't know if she'd got him in trouble or if he'd been drinking. But I was really surprised when you guys said he was drinking.
That's the other officer said again. He's got alcohol in his breath. So.
Yeah.
You know, it's just, you know, I think it's just par for the course. You know, it's par for the course. You know, I'm not sure if you guys know this or not. I think I've mentioned it several times, but I was a pretty hardcore atheist for over 20 years. For about 20 years, I was a pretty hardcore atheist. So I read the book, The God Molecule. I read Richard Dawkins. I read Sam Harris. I read Neil Tyson deGrasse. I read the books of people who were also atheists. And the sad part is that I found during the 2020 scamdemic that so many of these people said, do as you're told, do as you're told, fall in line. That's the same thing religion was for me as a kid. I'm still not religious. I just believe in God from the experiences I've had, but I'm not religious. I'm not in any organized religion. Don't call me Catholic. Don't call me Protestant. Don't call me Buddhist. Don't call me Muslim. I'm none of those. I'm a God guy. So I say this to you because as we peel back the curtain and we see that Sam Harris, Neil Tyson deGrasse, Richard Dawkins, that all of them were like, take the mandatory medication, everybody. You shouldn't be able to travel unless you take the mandatory medication. Jimmy Fallon and Jimmy Kimmel are going to do dancing syringes. Right? So what did we see? We saw that people who we idolize are just shills. They're just shills. And now what we're seeing from the body camera footage is that people we idolized as kids are not worth our idolization. Hulk Hogan is one of those people. Hulk Hogan's despicable. He doesn't know how they do it. He thinks that they have the patience of a saint. He especially couldn't take it with any back talk. Really, Hulk? Aren't you the guy that passes your wife around to get banged by your friends? You are, right? That's who Hulk Hogan is. He's an alpha? Doesn't sound like an alpha. Not very many alphas I know pass their wife around to get banged by their friends. But Hulk does. Hulk did. They're gone now. They broke up because everybody found out. We are seeing from the cameras that the people who we liked, respected, idolized, looked up to, that they're scumbags. How many years were you taught to look up to police, to call 911 if you had a problem? Cops were the good guys. Watch Chips. Watch Law and Order. Chong chong. The cops are good. They want to save kids. They do the sensible thing. They do the right thing. And now we've seen that that's all lies. That's all lies. Hulk Hogan's a piece of shit. Plain and simple. Lock them all up, he said. Put a 1 in the chat if Hulk Hogan has never spent 2 days inside of a dungeon. He's never has. Hulk Hogan's never been locked in a dungeon for 2 days. Never been stolen from the street, kidnapped, put in the torture cuffs, shackled, tortured, put into a dungeon, impounded his car. Hulk Hogan's never experienced that. He has no idea. Remember, Richard Dawkins and Sam Harris and Neil Tyson deGrasse, they wanted to go back to their A-list lifestyle during the scamdemic. They needed you to take the mandatory medication so they could go back to their A-list lifestyle. So they could post on their Twitter, I just went out to dinner with George Clooney. I'm out here at George Clooney, and we're having dinner with Clooney right now. And that's what Neil Tyson deGrasse wanted to get back. I'm out with Joe Rogan having lunch at this great chicken place in Calabasas. All the A-listers needed you peons to take your scandemic so that they could go back to their A-list life. So they could go back to their A-list life. They didn't give a shit about you, didn't give a shit about that mandatory medication, if it would cause you myocarditis or not. They did not care. They needed you to take your mandatory medication so they could go back to their A-list life. And now we're seeing when Hulk Hogan is on camera that he falls right in line with the pigs because he's never, ever, ever, ever faced the dungeon. He's never been put in that position. Never, ever, 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 ever. Never. He's never been put in that position. Put a 1 in the chat if you lost all respect for Hulk Hogan when he said, lock them all up. I lost all respect for him the moment he said that. Lock them all up. Really? Lock them all up? Sure about that? Trial set for officer charged with misdemeanor homicide. Misdemeanor murder, huh? Assaulted and tasered diabetic with heart issue over a suspended license. Facing 1 year in prison. Misdemeanor homicide, 1 year in prison. How the hell does that make any sense at all? Have you ever heard of misdemeanor homicide? Ever heard of that before? They're supposed to be trained with the taser not to shoot people in the chest or with heart conditions. So now it's a misdemeanor murder? Never heard of that before. Put a 1 in the chat if you've never heard of misdemeanor murder. Never heard of misdemeanor murder before. Must be for cops. They must have set it up so the cops can get away with murder. Misdemeanor murder. Interesting. It's a misdemeanor murder case, I swear.
Former West Fort police officer charged with negligent homicide.
The trial for Christopher Cordero is expected to start on July 10th. That's according to the Washington County prosecuting attorney. Cordero faces charges following the death of Michael Hanna. He died after a traffic stop in December of 2022. You're taking a look at video right now of Cordero entering a Washington County courtroom this morning. According to court documents, Cordero pulled over Michael Hanna in West Fork on suspicion of driving on a suspended license. Documents say Hanna told Cordero that he's a diabetic and that he needed to eat before getting out of his car. The arrest affidavit says Cordero physically removed Hanna from the car and used a stun gun on him multiple times.
The affidavit also says Hanna told the former officer that he had a heart condition. Authorities say the last thing he said to Cordero was that he was dying. When a backup officer arrived, court records show Hanna was found unresponsive and lying face down in a ditch with Cordero's knee in his back.
So how is any of this negligent? Listen to the words being said.
Cordero entering a Washington County courtroom this morning. According to court documents, Cordero pulled over Michael Hanna in West
So he pulled over Michael Hanna. Michael Hanna tells him, I have a condition.
Fork on suspicion of driving on a suspended
license. Terry versus Ohio. He did a Terry stop. And look at all the prosecutors and DAs. They're all in it together.
License. Documents say Hanna told Cordero that he's a diabetic and that
Hanna told Cordero he's a diabetic. He said to me, so it's not negligence at all. He told him.
He needed to eat before getting out of his car.
He needed to get some food in him before he got out of his car because he's feeling shaky from being diabetic.
The arrest affidavit says Cordero physically removed Hanna from the car.
So he attacked him. This jackboot thug pig right here, this demon right here, that's a demon. That's an evil person. He's evil. He should burn in hell for the person that he is today. I can't be God because I'd send him to hell.
And used a stun gun on him multiple times.
Jerked him out of his car and tasered him multiple times.
The affidavit also says Hanna told the former officer that he had a
Hanna told the former cop
heart condition.
That he had a heart condition. How's it negligent then? How's it negligent homicide if he was told that he has a heart condition?
Authorities say the last thing he said to Cordero was that he was dying.
The last thing he said is, I'm dying. And this guy watched him die. Look at him. Does he look like a good person to you? He looks like a thug to me.
Backup officer arrived. Court records show Hanna was found unresponsive and lying face down in a ditch with Cordero's knee in his back. The affidavit says the stun gun played a role in Hanna's death. If convicted of the misdemeanor charge, Cordero could face...
The stun gun played a role in the guy's heart condition where he died from being electrocuted. The stun gun played a role. We're right back to that.
Up to a year in jail and a $1,000 fine.
He can go
hold on
a second. Did you hear the end of this?
Face up to a year in jail.
What the fuck are we talking about here? What are we talking about? A year in jail? He told the guy, I got a heart condition. He tased him in the chest. He murdered him. He's facing a year in jail for murdering somebody? Give him the max, 1 year. Someone can kill your family member. And if they're wearing a badge, it's just negligent homicide. It's going to get 6 months. What happened to your brother? He got killed by that pig. But that pig did 6 months in jail for that. Can't be a pig anymore. How do you get pulled over for suspicion of driving on a suspended license? Police can literally do anything they want for any reason. That's going to be the 2020 case of Kansas versus Glover. How do you get pulled over for suspicion of driving on a suspended license? Even if you die as a result, their actions can get a slap on the wrist. Wow, only a misdemeanor hand slap for killing an innocent citizen by tasering him so many times his heart finally stopped. One set of laws for them, a different set of laws for us, right? It's the first time I've ever heard of a homicide being labeled a misdemeanor level crime. If any other person would have murdered someone else, I'm sure it would have been considered, it wouldn't have been considered a misdemeanor. Of course, his attorney would be Clarence Bowdicker. I don't know who that is. Anybody know who Clarence Bootlicker is? Oh, I see. How do you get charged with negligent murder? Just makes me sick to my absolute just How do you get pulled over for suspicion of driving on a suspended license? The 2020 case of Kansas versus Glover. Oral arguments were in November of 2019. Kansas versus Glover is another Terry versus Ohio extension. A Kansas police officer ran a registration on a pickup truck. Upon running the check, learned the registered Charles Glover and his license had been revoked. Acting on suspicion, Terry versus Ohio, extended into Kansas versus Glover. For purposes of investigating a stop under the Fourth Amendment, is it reasonable for an officer to suspect that the registered owner of a vehicle is the one driving it, absent of any other information to the contrary? So now you have to prove yourself innocent, that you're not guilty of driving on a suspended license. So if they run your license plate and it says the registered owner has a suspended license, they can pull the vehicle over. It's totally crazy. Once again, by ideology, it's the conservatives on the right. I don't know. This one's all messed up here. I don't know why this one's not done correctly. When a police officer lacks information to the contrary, it's reasonable under the Fourth Amendment to assume the driver of the vehicle is its owner, and if the owner's license is revoked, to conduct a stop. There it is right there. Kansas versus Glover. That's what allows them to pull you over via your license plate being read. And if you're driving your sister's car and her car, if her driver's license is suspended and you're a female driving her car and it comes back Helen Johnson, the driver's license is suspended, and you're Kara Johnson, they can pull you over. And if you don't have your license on you, they're going to consider that you're Helen and arrest you. This is why I'm so adamant about having your license, registration, and proof of insurance in your car. Because if Helen has her license, registration, and proof of insurance up in the visor, how she's supposed to, and it's wrapped up in her trifold, then if her sister gets pulled over, then she can say, "This is my sister, Helen, and I'm Bree," whatever their names are. You have to have it set up. Kansas versus Glover is one of those cases that's an extension of Terry versus Ohio. Rago Monkey is here. So this case here is an extension of Terry versus Ohio. I want you guys to know that. Sonia Mayor, author of Dissent, key foundations of our reasonable suspicion jurisprudence and impermissibly unnecessary reduces the state's burden of proof. It flips the burden of proof that you're guilty until you're proven innocent. Rago Monkey, I'm not sure which case you're talking about. I'll have to look into it. Send me the case and I'll look it up on LexisNexis and I'll research it. Everybody get over to Rago Monkey's channel and subscribe to Rago Monkey's channel. He's got a great channel. We just featured one of your videos the other day, Rago. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you, my friend. Send me that case, Rago, and you and I can discuss it on the phone, and then we can look into the nitty-gritty aspects of it and find out. Can you discuss the Supreme Court decision that allows Amish folks to live without Social Security numbers? Thank you. Yeah, I'd like to. Let me get into it, and we'll discuss it in great detail.
I want you to feet together for me, heels and toes touch like mine, hands up.
We now know the trial date for a former West Fort police officer charged with negligent homicide was found unresponsive and lying face down in a ditch with Cordero's knee in his back. The affidavit says the stun gun played a role in. The affidavit also says Hannah told the former officer that he had a heart condition. Authorities say the last thing he said to Cordero was that he was dying.
And then listen to the rest of this. Listen to the rest of this. Listen to what he says here.
When a backup officer arrived,
the guy who has a heart condition that got tased multiple times is on the ground.
Records show Hannah was found unresponsive and lying face down in a ditch with.
He's face down in a ditch.
Cordero's knee in his back.
With Cordero on top of him with his knee in his back. Protect yourself at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Don't allow these pigs to run roughshod over you. Don't just think that they're going to have a standard of care for you. You can't. These pigs will murder you. These are murderous pigs.
The affidavit says the stun gun played a role in Hannah's death. If convicted of the misdemeanor charge, Cordero could face up to a year in jail and a $1,000 fine. Now,
just wait for the cops. Just wait for the cops. Wait for the cops. Just wait for the cops. You started driving at me, so I stopped.
You can't drive for shit.
You started driving at me, so I stopped.
You can't drive for shit.
You drove the front of your car into mine.
You're supposed to be on this side.
You drove the front of your car into mine. Here's the cops.
Whoa, she just took a swipe at him.
Drove the front of your car into mine. Here's the cops. Here's the cops. Well, I'm pressing charges now. I'm pressing charges now.
You can't press charges.
I'm pressing
You're
charges.
recording me without my permission, bitch.
It's illegal.
I will do whatever I want.
Knock it off.
Yep. Stop recording me, bitch. Stop recording me, bitch.
You just hit my phone.
Stop
You just
recording
hit
me,
my
bitch.
phone.
Stop recording me, bitch.
You just hit my phone. She just spit on me. She hit my phone. She hit my car.
Right, this thing over here. Hold on. Let me put my phone in my pocket. Dick. Let me put my phone in my pocket. Hold on. Let me put my phone in my pocket. Dick.
Yeah, she got it right. He's a pig. 100%. Put a 1 in the chat if that's a pig.
Let me put my phone in my pocket, you fucking pig.
Stop.
Bruh, this is it, bro. What the fuck is this shit? How you gonna arrest
Stop.
me?
You're not
bro?
under arrest right now.
How you gonna arrest me? Bro, I got places to be. Bro, I got places to be. What the fuck y'all on, bro? Bro, he can't record me without my
Yes, you
permission.
can.
That's
Yes,
fucking
you
the
can.
law.
Turn
No,
around.
it's not.
Stop.
He cannot record
And you
me.
can't hit him.
I
Okay?
didn't hit him.
She did. He saw you. To help de-escalate this, you might just turn the camera off for a second.
No, do not turn your camera off.
She did. He saw you. To help de-escalate this, you might just turn the camera off.
To help de-escalate this, the answer is no. The answer is absolutely not. If the cops ever ask you to turn your camera off, you tell them no. You tell them absolutely not. Number 1 on your 5A cop card, 1A, Film Cops, 2017, Turner versus Driver. I have the right to record you. This little plastic card that's just like your driver's license, just like a hotel key, just like your credit card. The yellow and black card goes in your wallet. There's a driver and there's a non-driver cop card. This is the driver version of the cop card. It is numbered 1 through 6, just like the other card. 1, 2, 3 down the right side, 4, 5, 6 down the other side. It's a step-by-step tutorial if you're the driver of the car. If you're a non-driver of the car, there's the non-driver cop card. It is 1 through 6. Both of them, number 1 says Turner versus Driver 2017. Number 1 on this one. First Amendment, Turner versus Driver upholds your First Amendment right. You have this to show the pig, to show the camera, and to show the pig. That's what you do. These are only $10. You'll have it forever. I often, just so you know, put an extra pair in the envelope for you. Because it's not about me making money. I need to make money to make a living. It's about you giving the extra pair to a friend. I often throw an extra pair of cop cards in. I often, when you order a trifold, very often. If you want to buy the cop card, thanks a lot. But if you buy a trifold from me, very often, I put a free Fifth Amendment cop card in the trifold for you. Very often. I would say almost always. So if you want to buy the cop card, thanks a lot. But if you get a trifold, I pretty much put the cop card in the envelope for you. Because, yeah, I'm a capitalist. I need to make money. But you need this card in your wallet. This card is the difference between you going to jail and not going to jail. That's why I give it away so much. Libra Laura, we lost in the end of October, November, about 2 weeks. We lost 2 weeks of orders. If you didn't get your order, you contact me. If you don't get your order, you contact me right away. I have OCD about it. If you ever get an email from me at 2:30, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, it's because I'm going through orders to make sure everybody got their cop card, make sure everybody got their trifold. It literally is OCD for me. All you have to do is go ahead and just send it into me. Send your order number into me. I got you, man. I got you. I sent off a bunch of free cop cards yesterday to people who just sent me an email and said, send me a cop card. I just did it. Why'd I do it? It cost me about $5 every time I ship a card out. Why did I send off a bunch of free cop cards yesterday? So you have it in your wallet. You got the trifold unisex. I'm super happy to hear that. Yeah, unisex, just so you know, her order got lost. I had to resend it. We lost about 100 orders in between October and November. It sucks, man. It sucks. You also, if you get a hoodie, you get a 5A cop card inside of your hoodie. I give it to you for free. I give away so many of these you can't imagine. For those of you who buy them, I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you put $10 out of your wallet and you sent it to me for this cop card, I super appreciate it. If you order a hoodie, I only have XXX in stock right now. Should have more in stock. I put a 5A cop card in your hoodie when I wrap it up. The first batch didn't get the free cop cards because my assistant was wrapping them, but now we get a cop card in every single hoodie. I should actually put it on the website that you get free 5A cop cards with the hoodie. This is so frustrating. This is so frustrating watching this. This is so frustrating. Yeah, I know I did, man. I put them in the envelope for you.
She did. He saw you.
This is, let me just go to my favorite part of this real quick.
I got places to be. Bro, I got places to be. What the fuck y'all on, bro? Bro, he's bro. Right, this thing over here. Hold on. Let me put my phone in my pocket.
My favorite part of the whole interaction is right here.
Right, this thing over here. Hold on. Let me put my phone in my pocket. Let me put my phone in my pocket, you fucking pig. Stop. Bro, he's bro.
I feel the same way.
What the fuck is this shit? How you gonna arrest me?
You're not under arrest right now.
How you gonna arrest me? Bro, I got places to be. Bro, I got places to be. What the fuck y'all on, bro? Bro, he can't record me without my permission. That's fucking the law. No, it's not. Stop. He cannot record me. You can't hit him. Okay? I didn't hit him.
She did. He saw you.
To help de-escalate this, remind us to turn the camera off and step to the side with you.
You think you can?
Well, there's supposed to be some sort of standard of care. What's the matter, you? So, Chille, I wonder if it would be extra trouble for you if the cops were about to tase you and you screamed, "Don't, I have a heart condition," but it wasn't true. I would rather you lied and didn't get a taser in the chest than you got a taser in the chest and you did get a heart condition and you die. You can have a perfectly healthy heart, and if they taser you in the heart, you might die. Your heart is based on electronic rhythm. Your heart is electronical. Just so you guys know, you don't need food or water. You need salt. You can live for weeks and even months without any food or water if you have enough salt in your system. Similar here. If you get tased in the heart, the electronical rhythm that your heart is on, the taser can mess up the electronical rhythm and you can die. That's simple. That's simple. The taser don't messes up the heart, and then you have a heart attack right there on the spot. And the cops are worrying about getting you in handcuffs, not that you're having a heart attack. They have no care for you at all whatsoever. The cops don't care about you at all whatsoever, not even slightly, not even sort of, not even kind of. Not even kind of, sort of. The cops don't give a shit about you. Not kind of, not sort of, not a little bit. They just don't care about you. I wish that they did, but they don't.
What's your cause of stopping me? Is what I want to know. You didn't even give me a cause. You said for your team. I told you I got
That's
a ticket.
probable cause to pull you over, right?
Okay.
Just because you.
Whoa. That's
Put your hands
way. Whoa. Are you serious? What's your cause of stopping?
So this guy has a YouTube channel, got a lot of subscribers. He's a car enthusiast in Sacramento.
Me is what I want to know. You didn't even give me a cause. You said for your team. I told you I got
That's
a ticket.
probable cause to pull you over, right?
Okay.
Just because you.
Whoa. That's
Put your hands
way. Whoa. Are you serious?
That's a pigtail right there.
Yeah, low
We're trying to do this low key as you put a gun to his head. Look at that. What was Rudy stopped for? Tinted windows. Are you seeing a recurring theme here? It's tinted windows. He got stopped for tinted windows. What are you seeing here? A recurring theme, a reason why cops can pull you over.
Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Hey, I'm stopping you because you got no front plate and your window tints too dark.
That's what I'm talking about. These jackboot thug pigs are creating laws by getting ex-cops into government in the House, and then they're submitting bills like, for example, no front plate, you got to get pulled over. Your windows are tinted too dark, you got to get pulled over. Just 20 years ago, there was no front plate necessary. Not necessary. Window tinting laws didn't start until 1979. The window tinting laws started in 1979 after the FBI created the plain view doctrine. They created the plain view doctrine saying that if they see anything in plain view that's illegal or contraband, that they can arrest you for it. Then all the window tinting laws began to pour in across all the states in America. Once again, we're seeing Rudy get pulled over because he doesn't have a front license plate, something that wasn't even a part of our system for the last, they just created it. And then the second thing is the window tinting, which is for no reason. It's the middle of the day. He's not a danger to anybody. It's got to change. It has to change.
I actually got to fix a ticket for this one.
Did you?
It was 2 weeks ago. I got stopped on Arden right there by Hostess.
You rolled down that
Bakery
window.
Factory.
Thank you. So you got a.
No. You tell him no.
Weeks ago, I got stopped on Arden right there by Hostess.
You rolled down that
Bakery
window.
Factory.
No, I'm not going to roll down my window for anybody. I didn't ask to be pulled over by you pigs. I've broken no laws. I've done nothing wrong. I'm just driving around. You pulled me over for a license plate and tinted windows, but there's no criminal infraction here. There's no reason I need to be face-to-face with an agent from the government who has a gun. There's no reason for this right now. So I'm not going to roll down my other window. You can go f yourself. You can go pound sand, you filthy, dirty pig. And that will be number 5 on my driver cop card. It says right here, cops, number 6, cop says he's going to call on the dog. I'm so sorry. It's number 5 right here. You tell the cop off, vulgar language. Cop says he's going to charge you with this or with that. See number 5 right there? While filming, you state my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. Number 6, cop says, let me talk, don't interrupt me. While filming cop, my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. Houston versus Hill, it's your right to interrupt police. You just have to be able to show them the card. These pigs, dude.
Thank you.
So you got a ticket for the tint already?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all being audio recorded, by the way, too.
Okay, that's fine. Right
Yeah.
here, too.
Okay.
Okay, so you got to fix a ticket for the window tint.
I got a fixed ticket for that, too, also.
We were hailed by a citizen regarding your car. Why would a citizen have hailed us?
Here's a female pig that we don't need female pigs.
For my car? I mean, whatever y'all got going on, you feel me? I don't know nothing about that.
So she's fishing. She's trying to find something. Look, this is.
We were hailed by a citizen regarding your car. Why would a citizen have hailed us?
Why would a citizen have hailed us? Northeast Colorado cop block's been a member for 17 months. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Why did someone flag us down and tell us about your car? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. The first question would have been the last question, because cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you further when you invoke your Fifth Amendment right. This should be up on his visor with a rubber band that I sent to you in the mail. I sent you this broccoli wad rubber band with it. Why isn't he using it? She says, how come a citizen hailed us to pull you over? Why is that?
For my car.
And he says, for my car. And he questions it and he laughs because he knows she's just fishing and lying.
I mean, whatever y'all got going on, you feel.
That's not whatever you all got going on. That is not what you say. That is not at all what you say. That is not at all what you say. You say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Don't ask me where I'm coming from, where I'm going. If I've been drinking, if I have a gun, I'll take no tests, no searches or seizures. Everything I have to provide is in the slip below. I don't have to do anything else. Leave me alone. So now you ended it by saying, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right. You ended the entire questioning portion of this.
Tell me, I don't know nothing about that.
We were doing something completely else.
Oh.
Somebody took time out of their day, took them over and flagged us down.
No, she's lying. She's making that up to see if he'll tell on himself for something. She's absolutely making up lies.
Regarding me?
Regarding you and your vehicle.
That's an absolute lie. She thinks she's being some slick pig. But what we know now is that she's lying. That she's absolutely lying. Don't let them lie to you and you start to tell on yourself. That's why I have a Fifth Amendment trifold and a Fifth Amendment cop card. Don't say anything to these pigs. She's literally fishing, trying to find something wrong. And when she doesn't get it, she gets mad. She gets mad that he doesn't give her what she wants.
No, that's false.
Out of their day, took them over and flagged us down.
So someone took the time out of their day to come over and flag us down. The pig is lying. He should have said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. But instead, he hurt her little pig ego. Regarding me. And then he tells her right out, that's a lie.
No, that's false.
So she calls her a liar. Why? Why does Rudy admit to having a registered firearm? Why would you do that? Don't ask me where I'm coming from, where I'm going, where I've been, if I've been drinking, if I have a gun. If he had said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right, he didn't, though. When they said, do you have a gun? He said, I do. And guess what happens? He's going to get a gun to his head because he admitted to having a gun.
Any weapons in the vehicle?
Yeah.
What kind of weapon?
It's a registered firearm in my name. Yeah, Smith & Wesson.
Where's it at?
It's in the trunk.
It's in the trunk?
Yeah.
So it's not even on him. It's in the trunk. Are you good with him for a second? So she wants to talk to the other pigs. They suggest a search of his car. I feel we have criteria to search his vehicle. There's a pigtail trying to dominate a man. It's just a waste of space. We don't need pigs who are females. that would make me a little more comfortable standing up here in no man's land. Wow, the audacity of this pig.
That would make me a little more comfortable standing up here in no man's land because I don't know where the gun actually is.
Just because you got a firearm in the car, okay, we're just gonna do this the safe way, okay? So, what I need you to do, can you undo your seatbelt for me?
Can I call the supervisor, please?
What?
I would like your
Well, no,
supervisor.
you can talk to him afterwards.
Sir, I would like your
Okay,
supervisor.
we're gonna talk to him afterwards.
I
Right now, you need to do what
well,
I
can you
am
call
telling
him on
to
your
do.
radio?
Huh?
Can you call him on your radio? He's not trying to call his supervisor on the radio.
We're
Okay,
trying to-
I'm a citizen too, bro.
Okay.
It's like
You talked. You told them you have a gun. You talked. You did not follow the advice to invoke your Fifth Amendment right. You decided to blab your mouth. He's getting what he gets because he doesn't have a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that he has demanded of himself. He had no guide. Nobody taught him. You follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols. You never deviate. You never, ever, ever do it another way. Never. Because if you do, you're going to die. There's a good chance that you go to the dungeon. There's a good chance that you get a gun put to your head, that you see a gun put to your kid's head, sideways, even gangster style, with a guy who talks like this because he's an illegal immigrant and he needs to follow these orders so that you can go to jail because I'm trying to get my citizenship and I don't know the law, but I know that I have the power to put a gun to your head, so I do. You follow a rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that you never deviate from. I know for a fact that when the cop pulls me over, I got my license, registration, proof of insurance right there. I know for a fact when he walks up to me, I say, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I don't want to answer another question. You follow your set of policies, procedures, and protocols that you put in place for your own life. Not because I need to be right. I already know I'm right. There's thousands of videos of it. Not one or two or hundreds, thousands of cops murdering, raping, killing, imprisoning people. You follow a very rigid set of policies, procedures, and protocols that you never deviate from. You never, ever, ever deviate. You never deviate from it or you could die. I wish this was just bullshit. I wish I'm just trying to sell my products. I'm just, He didn't follow a set of policies, procedures, and protocols. And because he didn't, he went viral on the internet for the guy that got a gun put to the back of his head from a shaky pigtail that could have slipped and she could have killed him. But he didn't follow policy, procedure, and protocol.
and you work for public and safety. You're doing your job. What's your cause? What's your cause? What's your cause of stopping me? Is what I want to know. You didn't even give me a cause. You said for your tent. I told you I got
That's
a ticket.
probable cause to pull you over, right?
Okay.
Just because you.
Whoa. That's
Put your hands
way. Whoa. Are you
Put your
serious?
hands up.
Whoa.
Okay. Undo your seatbelt with your right hand.
Oh
We're not gonna
wow.
play this game, sir.
Hey, it's all good.
I don't know.
It's all
Lean
good.
forward towards the seat.
But this
I
one.
mean, sorry, towards the steering wheel. All right, do not move. Got it? Hop out. Let's start. Wow. Yeah, let's try to do this low key.
Yeah, low key, putting the gun to my head.
Keep
Put
your
the gun.
fingers
You want to put
in
the
your
gun
legs,
to
all
my head, all right? That's crazy.
Do not resist.
I'm not resisting.
There's the pigtail throwing it in there. Do not resist. She escalated it. She caused it. She was the one who's scared, who said, let's get him out of the car. I'm still like I'm standing here twisting in the wind. She caused all of this because women are not in charge of men physically. We are not equal, ladies. I'm stronger than 99.9% of all of you. We are not equal. Men cannot have babies. We are not equal. No matter how much they try to say men and women are equal, we're not. Men, we're not equal. Some of us do a lot more than others. Some of us do a lot less. Women, you're not equal. Some women are far more higher caliber, far better, far superior to other women. We're not equal. We're not equal. We are not the same. I know this to be a fact. I know that I'm not like 99% of other people, because if I was, I would have my trifolds priced higher and I would have my cop cards priced higher. I wouldn't answer emails and give them away for free. Most people don't do what I do. I'm not a saint. I'm a capitalist. I make money. I'm doing what I do. But most people don't give away free products. Most people don't sit there and click away and give away free stuff. They don't. Most people don't put themselves out to save other people. I'm not telling you I'm a saint. I'm just telling you, if you're in this room and you're a part of Team DLZ, you're not like most other people. Most people don't pull money out of their wallet and donate it to someone to try to get them out of jail. And 90% of the people on Team DLZ pull money out of their wallet, the $5, the $50. If you're Chevy, you got 100 to throw in on someone's bail that you don't know. That some guy on YouTube said, hey, let's bail this guy out of jail. And then 90% of the room starts throwing money in. You're not like other people. You're the leader. You need to teach people what I'm teaching you. When the cop asks you if you have a gun, you say, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I don't answer any questions without my attorney present. Don't question me again. You don't tell them that you have a gun. You don't do it. You don't do that, because if you do, this is how it happens.
So I pull you over, okay? You're nervous, all right? Then you tell us there's a gun in your car. I ask you to just cooperate with me and get out of the car, okay? So I can check and make sure that
this is exactly why I want to supervise you.
Okay, well,
stuff
he's on
like
his way now, okay?
She pointed a gun to my head.
Wow, it's amazing to me that she says that and she doesn't realize that she's the nutball. She's the psycho. She chimes in, do not resist. She's not even touching him, bitch. Take 2 steps back.
I resist. Why am I being detained?
So I pull you over, okay? You're nervous, all right? Then you tell us there's a gun in your car. I ask you to just cooperate with me and get out of the car, okay? So I can check and make sure that
this is exactly why I want to supervise you.
Okay, well,
stuff
he's on his way now, okay?
She pointed a gun to my head.
They're so used to being able to get away with murder and whatever they want to get away with. And she says, we're all recording here. The recording shows that you're a scared little copper. That you're a scared little pigtail, that you don't belong with a badge and a gun. The recording shows it. I'd feel a lot more comfortable if we got him out of the car. I'm standing here twisting in the wind. You got him cornered. Rudy took the court to Kate, the court case. And with this footage, he won. What happened to the piggy, though? What happened to that female piggy? What happened to her? What happened to the female piggy? Oh, look, another racist cop costing. Well, it won't end until we have a governor who changes the policies from the top down. I want to be clear on this, y'all. I want to be totally clear on this. Nothing changes until a governor of one state changes the policies and procedures of the pigs in that state. And then people in other states see what the freedom that the people in that state got. And then they go to their governor and say, well, how come there's no window tinting laws in Arizona? Why is there no window tinting laws in Nevada? How come in Utah there's no window tinting laws? Oh, because they have a governor there who abolished them. How come there's no how come there's no stoplight cameras in Arizona? The governor there, DeCastro, he abolished all of them. There's no more cameras at stoplights anymore. We still have a camera there, but not a camera to take a picture and send you a ticket. One governor. I did not see it. I did not see a comment. I see a Matt. We need Team DLZ stickers soon. Cops won't even pull us because they know. That's a good idea. That's a good idea. That's a pretty good idea. Originally, just so you guys know, hey, Steve, what's going on, man? Thank you. So Steve wrote, hi, Chille. I've been binge watching your channel, An American Patriot, for the last couple months. My wife as well. I find it the most informative and educational. Thank you. I've spent a long time studying case law. I spent a long time studying the foundation and the Constitution of the United States, the philosophies behind the Constitution, how the Constitution that we have that's written, the one that we're supposed to be living under, the Constitution, was actually a plagiarized document from the three Enlightenment thinkers, John Locke, Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and Charles de Montesquieu. Our founding fathers literally plagiarized the ideas of Enlightenment thinkers using Jean-Jacques' social contract, John Locke's theory of natural law, life, liberty, and property, and Montesquieu's book on the three branches of government. That's the Spirit of Laws, written in 1751, published in English in 1752. The Declaration of Independence was written when? 1774, signed in 1776. So what does that mean? That means that that book written by Montesquieu, Spirit of Laws, was pretty much plagiarized. They took a bit of Spirit of Laws, they took a bit of the Magna Carta, they took a little bit of John Locke's philosophies of natural law, a tiny bit of the social contract from Jean-Jacques Rousseau, and they created the Declaration of Independence in 1776. Then after the First Continental Congress and the Second Continental Congress, then the Virginia document that was written by, of course, James Madison after the Second Continental Congress, then that is the document, the Virginia document, that became the Virginia Plan, I think they called it. That document written by James Madison then became the U.S. Constitution eventually, after the Committee of Five went through and did a big roustabout on it and got it so that the other states would sign on. And that's how we got here. That's how we got here. So if in any way, shape, or form you can convince the Kevins or Karens in your life, I'm definitely getting these out. I'm sending these out to people. Make sure you get your cop card and your trifold. But the biggest thing you can do is turn your Kevin or Karens in your life. Turn them. Slowly start peppering them with these abuse videos. I turned my best friend David. I turned him. He used to give $500 a month to the Santa Monica Police Department. Now he wants to defund him. I turned him. It took a year and I turned him. You turn your Kevins and Karens. If you don't turn them, the country never changes. It takes a plurality of people to change them, to change the Constitution, to change the country. Reasonable, articulable suspicion has got to go. It doesn't go unless you turn your Kevins and Karens and they're saying, what about the Fourth Amendment? What happened to the probable cause standard? No warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. Now it's reasonable suspicion and we have millions in jail. We're seeing it time and time and time again. Kevin says, I've been turned for many years now, Chille. Yeah. You and me both. I've been turned for years. I'm talking years. I have changed. I have changed who I am. All right, listen, I've been on for 3 hours on Saturday. I better get the flock out of here. I'm going to go see my family. I'm going to get the flock out of here. How many of you guys got your cop cards? Put a 1 in the chat if you got your cop card. If you got your trifold, put a 1 in the chat. If you have a trifold, you have a cop card. Put a 2 if you have both. If you have the cop card and the trifold. I just want to see how many people of the 400 people left, how many people have a cop card or a trifold, or push 2 if you have both. 1 if you have one of them, push 2 if you have both the trifold and the cop card. You got to have it. This is the best line of defense. This really is the best line of defense because you're literally just reading it as you are going like this. Number 1, cop cited. I invoke my First Amendment right. Number 2, cop approaches. I invoke my Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. Number 3, cop asked me to exit. I exit the vehicle. I plead the Fifth Amendment. I do not consent to searches or seizures. Number 4, cop says he wants my ID. While filming, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No ID is required without probable cause. It's on the cop card. Number 5, you tell the cop off, you use vulgar language. He says he's going to charge you with this or with that. While filming, state, my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. Number 5, you just follow along. You just let it guide you. Just let it guide you, and say nothing else besides the words written there. Say nothing else. Don't give them any ammunition. Don't call them a prick. Don't call them a pig. Don't give them any ammunition. I don't want to cover your video. I want to cover the video that you send to me where you do it just right, and you got to send that pig packing. You don't get put in torture cuffs. The cop has to leave you alone. That's the video I want you to send me. Not the video where you used your cop card and you said, hey, you motherfucking dirty ass pig, and then he put you in torture cuffs. Just use what's only in the yellow. Only say what's in the yellow. Only say what's in the yellow, and don't get yourself thrown in torture cuffs. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Citizens Broadcast Cooperative. You know what I'm saying? Basil. You know what I'm saying? SWE Observer. 3 cards, trifold poster. Yeah, SWE Observer. You have a bunch of stuff, man. Dr. Donna's in here. Mr. is in here. What is going on? Remember, I got to get back to X5 about the podcast. Let's OTVO is in here. I Am God is here. Unisex has both. Oh, right there. Carolina in Fort Worth. If you guys want to follow a channel that does a lot of really good shorts, follow Carolina in Fort Worth, CFW. Follow this lady right here. Someone can drop her link in the chat. She's got a really great channel. She shows a lot of great shorts. She really does. Caroline Fort Worth, you're doing some good work. She does some really great work. I'm super proud of you, Caroline. Thank you for doing what you're doing. Appreciate the work that you're putting in. I really do. I really, really do. All right, listen, I got to get the flock out of here. I actually have to do something today, so I got a few things I got to do. Looking forward to tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Remember, invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, like your life depends on it. And then make sure that you're filming those cops at all times. All right, I'm going to get the flock out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Chevy, what's going on? What's going on, Chevy? Morgan, Chris Boudreau, Dar North, Jason, David. Got some shorts in DFW myself. She's brave. CFW is awesome. Look at all the Melania. Good to see you. Dr. Donna, Matt Dixon. Good to see you. Let's go. Unisex. Good to see you. Citizens Broadcast. Clown Patrol. What is going on? Jacques. What is going on? Dar North. Roger. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming. Nice. So you say, so then I will ship that bad chicken today. I'll get your orders out today. All right. Let me get the flock out of here. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for coming. Turn your Kevins or Karens. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, turn the Kevin or Karen in your life, the person you know that you care about and you love, and they suck off the cops. Turn them to the side of light. Get them out of the darkness. All right. Thanks for coming. Later, Gators.